nations.
7 big nations here going head to head.
Wonderful team. Battling it out for the chance to be crowned world champions.
Disaster for Denmark. The Speedway of Nations, for whatever reason it is, it just hasn't clicked for Poland. They haven't managed to win it. But Great Britain, the world champions, can they retain their title now? Fantastic action here, and Australia are going to be crowned world champions in 2022.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the National Speedway Stadium here in Bellevue, Manchester. It is semi-final #1 of the Speedway of Nations. Yes, it's back. We had a year away where we had the Speedway World Cup last year in Poland, in Wrocław. But we're back. It's the second time we visited this part of the world for the Speedway of Nations. Of course, it was the scene where Great Britain won in 2021. It was a fabulous night of Speedway, and we're looking forward to a terrific week this week. Semi-final #1 tonight. It's not Wednesday, it's actually Tuesday. And semi-final #2 is on Wednesday, so that graphic is incorrect. So it's Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday is a day of rest for us. And then we've got Friday and Saturday night to come. But semi-final #1, the top 2 teams will go straight in to the final on Saturday night. I'll give you an idea of that as we go through the graphics, leading up to the competition starting later on this evening. There you can see Friday night, Speedway of Nations 2. Now that's the under-21s, that's the final. There will be 28 races with 8 teams, with Britain being the hosts, of course. Really will be a marathon night, and of course then the final with Great Britain already there. They are the hosts, and who will join them on Saturday we will find out as the week progresses. Poland are here. Competition that Poland have never won. They've been second 3 times, never managed to clinch gold. Came awfully close here, of course, in 2021. Just didn't work out for them in the final, and Great Britain came through in flying colours that particular year. So we have got France, Poland, Italy, Ukraine, Germany, Sweden and Finland here for semi-final #1 this evening. 3 teams will go forward to join Great Britain in the final on Saturday. The top 2 teams tonight will go straight in, then teams 3rd and 4th after the qualifying heats will then have a race-off, and the winners of that particular race will then go forward to join the other 2. Here we can see the actual format for the Speedway of Nations. After 21 heats, then the first 2, as I said, will go straight through into the finals. 3rd and 4th will then race off in heat 22, and the winners of that will then join the first 2 nations, and 3 teams will then progress to the final on Saturday to join Great Britain, who as hosts are already there. Point scoring slightly different. You have 4 for a win, 3 for second, 2 for third. Nothing for coming last. Now that's encouraging team riding. So if you win a race, but you pack the minor places in second and third, that will outscore the winner. And in actual fact, that's what we saw when Great Britain won the Speedway of Nations back here in 2021. So that's just an outline of what we are going to witness and how it's scored and how the competition format is. We'll now take a look at the runners and riders for you this evening. We have some riders that we don't ordinarily see, of course, in the Grand Prix, a genuine international event. So the first team up is Italy, coming forward now. Paco Castagna, he is the captain. And we've got Nicolas Covatti and Nicolas Vicentin. The team manager is Alessandro Dalla, and Chris, as always, alongside me. They are an outsider.
Yeah, they are, for sure. They have struggled in the past. In fact, Paco Castagna scored all 17 of their points in Voyens, so it was a really tough night for them. But Nico Covatti is back for them. He's certainly far from fully fit, though.
Yes, a rider you know well, of course. So coming forward now is the team from Ukraine. Only a couple of the riders. All teams are allowed 3 riders, but there's only 2 of them here. We have Stanislav Melnychuk and Marko Levishyn, and a stand-in team manager from Poland in Stanislav Berza. And again, a team that I would suggest is an outsider for the final.
Yeah, they've never finished higher actually than 6th in the semi-final, but they've worked so hard just to be here tonight. It's great to see them.
Now, Team Germany, I think they've got a good chance with Kai Huckenbeck and Norick Blödorn, who is a Bellevue ace, so he rides at this track. Erik Riss rides in the UK as well, knows the track very well. I would suggest that Germany feel pretty confident.
Yeah, Kai Huckenbeck, of course, gaining so much experience, now lying 12th in the Grand Prix series currently.
Matthias Bartz is their team manager. Next up is Team France. Now, they're missing a Dimitri Berger, which is a blow to them, because Berger and Bellego have been terrific in recent seasons, but Stephen Goret comes in to partner David Bellego, the captain. Mathias Trésarrieu is their number 3 rider, and the team manager is Laurent Sambarrey. Team France, have they got a chance?
They came very close in Voyens to making it to the final, but just lost out to Team Great Britain in the final qualifier.
So Team Finland coming forward now. They are represented by Jesse Mustonen, Antti Vuolas and Otto Raak. Team manager is Aki-Pekka Mustonen. I say we're quite excited about seeing Jesse Mustonen and the little bit of practice they had a little bit earlier on. They'll be putting their best foot forward.
Yeah, they will, and had such a great time of it in Voyens. Actually made Poland go to the final qualifier.
Now, the red-hot favourites for tonight, of course, have to be Poland. Poland, who cleaned up every gold medal in 2023, haven't managed to get a gold in the Speedway of Nations. Will 2024 be their year? They are represented by Dominik Kubera, Bartosz Zmarzlik, Maciej Janowski, their team manager, Rafal Dobrucki. Quite a handy team. Yeah,
so dominant in the world of Speedway. They've got 9 Speedway World Cups to their name, but they just can't win a Speedway of Nations.
Can't do it. Team Sweden, not a very fancied team. Gotta say, you wouldn't be surprised at all if they go straight through with Poland tonight. Fredrik Lindgren's there, Jakob Thorssell, good to see him back in Britain, Oliver Berntzon, and of course, it's a terrific lineup, with Morgan Andersson being their team manager as well. So they are the competitors for semi-final number 1. We will now take a pause for the national anthem of Great Britain. So there we go. National anthem taken. There'll be a few photo opportunities right now before riders make their way back to the pit area. Heat number 1 is not too far away. Let's take a closer look at the track then with the drone. This is a special track, very highly rated. We see some sensational speedway here. We've had the British final here earlier this year already. I've been lucky enough to come here a couple of times this year, and I've seen some superb racing. And Chris, this place always serves it up, doesn't it? The DNA of the National Speedway Stadium is something very special.
Yeah, it's very special indeed. It's almost a perfect speedway track, really. It's wide, it invites you into the corners, it really generates a lot of different lines, and we're going to take a close look at it now, riding with the drone, but this will give you a bird's eye view of what it's like to race around the National Speedway Stadium here in Manchester, and you can see the space you've got just from this shot. You know, you're on the inside there, you look to the right, all the space in the world, and you touched on it earlier. The 4-3-2-0 points scoring system actually promotes team riding. You've got to team ride, but I tell you what, it's hard to do around here because there's just so much space for the opposition to make lines on you.
Never quite know where they're coming from. You can never feel comfortable when you're here racing, and you've got to have a very fast motorbike. This is a power track. You really need to be very fast indeed.
And there's nowhere to hide. If they are quicker, they will come past you.
That is very true indeed. So we're excited about the fact that we're at a fabulous speedway venue. Terrific to be here in Manchester for the whole week. We hope that you enjoy it with us. The weather has played ball. It rained cats and dogs earlier on today. It was forecast to rain this afternoon. It hasn't happened. And we have a speedway meeting for you, one that I'm sure will be very entertaining indeed. Will it be Poland's year? Speedway of Nations has never really sat well with them. They didn't like the format when it was introduced, almost boycotted it initially. Russia then dominated it for the first 3 years. We then had Great Britain coming through. Australia, of course, are the reigning champions coming in to 2024. What a wonderful victory it was for them in Voyens 2 years ago. Jack Holder and Max Frick, who we'll see tomorrow in semi-final number 2, but a lot of people's favourites to do it again in 24.
Yeah, and that meeting in Voyens for me was sort of a coming of age really for Jack Holder. I think at that moment in time it was the best I'd ever seen him race. You know, just the way he was riding the bike, his tactics, riding with Max Frick, everything was perfect for that particular event.
We've got Heat 1 coming up for you very shortly. I just wanted to bring this information to you. We've got France and Poland going head-to-head in the first race. France will be in helmet colours red and blue, white and yellow for Poland. Now, they can switch it around. Red and blue is gates 1 and 3, 2 and 4 for white and yellow, but the team manager can switch them around as just literally prior to them being pushed off. And we'll try and bring that to you as accurately as we possibly can throughout the evening, but it can be a little challenging at times. But what we do know is we've got France up against Poland in heat number 1.
Yeah, interesting looking opening race, and I've got to say Stephen Goret had an absolutely fantastic practice session. They were timed. You know, it didn't make any difference, of course, to the draw, but it was just an interesting to see how the teams were lining up. And Stephen Goret, I think, was second quickest, so he's looking good out there.
Funnily enough, the third quickest out of the Polish team was actually Bartosz Zmarzlik. We were jokingly saying they'll drop him for heat number 1.
You dropped him, Kelvin.
Yeah, Bartosz Zmarzlik, the captain of Poland, will ride with Dominik Kubera in heat number 1 for Poland. For France, it will be David Bellego, the captain, and Stephen Goret, who was red hot in the short period of time they had on the track, about 20-6 a little earlier on. Let's see how they go. They are the underdogs in heat number 1, that's for sure. Poland will be red hot favourites. All the expectation, the weight of expectation on Team Poland. Rafal Dobrucki, in his short tenure as team manager for Poland, has been remarkably successful. A man you know well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, know him very well. I'm just quickly going to say that France are really going to miss Dimitri Berger. You know, there's no question. Around a track like this, you know, he is quick. He's a great long track, grass track rider, and he loves these type of circuits. So they will really miss him. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. They rode very well together, and Berger was terrific in the Speedway of Nations previously, and Bellego can have his moments as well. So it's a shame, but he's had some serious shoulder injuries with surgery to it as well. Talking about another month before he can come back. Just taking a few moments here before we get riders get released for the first race of the Speedway of Nations here in Manchester. So pleased that the weather has behaved this afternoon. It was looking a little dodgy, I would suggest, because the track was very, very wet earlier on, but it rode beautifully when they came out for a bit of a spin at an hour and, I don't know, an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, track's fast, very fast tonight. As you say, Kelvin, they've had a practice. Obviously, that will have cut the track up a little bit. They've relayed it the best they can. Of course, when the surface is a little bit wetter than they would normally work it, it's made life a bit difficult for them. But, you know, the track is going to make a very deep dirt line. It's going to take a brave man as we sort of head midway point of the meeting to be heading out there.
So riders now coming out on track for the first time. 4 points for a win, 3 for second, 2 for third. You finish second and third with your teammate, you're going to beat the man that's out in front on the points tally. That is significantly different. I'll apologise now because I'm definitely going to say there's a 5-1 tonight. Actually, it'll be a 7-2.
Glad you reminded me. I was going to fill the programme in wrong straight away.
But it is a different format. The Speedway of Nations is back. And we've got riders up at tapes already for Team France. Does look like Bellego will go from the inside and his teammate will go from gate number 3. So that is as per programme. Polish boys haven't quite managed to get round to the start line quite yet. We've got riders going in different directions here. Looks like Dominik Kubera has taken the shortcut. Bartosz Zmarzlik, the world champion, taking the longer route, leading the World Championship by 27 points now. Heat number 1 for you. Line up is Bellego on the inside. Alongside him will be Dominik Kubera. Gate number 3 is Stephen Goret in blue. And Bartosz Zmarzlik will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour for the opening race of the 2024 Speedway of Nations. Will it be Poland that get off to a flying start? Might just be. Ron Shaw is our start marshal. He doesn't like me having a go at him, but I did apologise when I had a bit of a go. Here we go. First race of the evening. Takes up. We're roaring into the first corner. Kubera's hit the front. Here comes Zmarzlik round the outside as well, getting the better of Bellego. Look at the 2 Polish riders going great guns, coming roaring into turns 3 and 4 on the opening lap. Kubera now realises his teammate, and Zmarzlik comes around the outside.
Yeah, this is a great opening race for Poland, looking good. I've got to say, David Bellego is keeping them honest. He's got the same speed as the Polish pair out front, but of course he'll be taking all the dirt roost from those 2 riders in front of him. But Zmarzlik, wise move, I think, leaving him on the outside gate. The outside gate looks a little advantageous at the moment. Of course, it will even out as the meeting goes on.
Zmarzlik out in front. Riding lovely, Kubera there, comfortable really. Bellego working hard in third, but not really going to land a blow here. One last blast round the bottom corner. But Poland get their Speedway of Nations off to the perfect start. 7 big points for them. Relatively comfortable there. They were the favourites for that race, so they're favourites to win tonight. And they can do no more than pick up maximum score in the opening heat here in the National Speedway Stadium in semi-final number 1. 7 points then to Poland, maximum score, 2 points for France. So France will have better opportunities through the evening, that's for sure. Let's just watch this again. Zmarzlik was smart in the first corner.
Yeah, absolutely. The opening race, all about Poland, bidding to win, of course, their first Speedway of Nations gold, and you can see there Zmarzlik had to work quite hard actually. Came off the outside gate, made a decent start, but just the bike lifting all the way to the corner, couldn't quite get across Stephen Goret as they got to the first turn. You can see David Bellego making a very interesting decision to try and move out, but of course Zmarzlik's already got that speed on the outside. Turn back up the inside there for Bellego. You can see as he gets off the throttle then he almost goes over the handlebars. He gets off the gas so quick, but all about Poland.
They're away to a flying start. Riders are up at tapes already for heat number 2. We've got Ukraine up against Italy with Stanislav Melnychuk and Marko Levishyn and Nicolas Covatti and Paco Castagna. Looks like they're going as per programme here. Castagna on the inside in the red helmet colour. Alongside him in white is Melnychuk. And you've got Covatti. I think it's Covatti. Making his way forward. Yes, it is Covatti coming forward now. He'll go out of gate number 3 in blue. And off the outside is Mr. Levishyn for the Ukraine. lesser nations here, but this could be quite competitive. Here we go. Green light about to come on for heat number 2. Castagna's made a lovely start off the inside, throws that bike into the first turn. Here comes Covatti around the outside. Oh, he gets squeezed heavily down the back straight there. Brilliant stuff there from Melnychuk, coming through in the second place. Levishyn coming on as well, but out in front, Castagna going okay, but you've got to say Melnychuk coming on strong in second.
Yeah, Melnychuk certainly seems to have the speed there, just entering the corners a little bit wider than Paco, then looking to make the cut back, but Paco Castagna has got that covered as he exits the corner. He's just covering the inside, and Nico Covatti, he's now coming under pressure from Levishyn at the back as he looks to go around him. Yeah, it looks like not sure there if Nico Covatti had a problem or not. Certainly struggled in the practice. He actually never completed a lap during the practice session.
So, disappointment for Italy there with Covatti just having some sort of problems. But no such problems for Castagna. Castagna wins, picks up 4 points, but Ukraine beat them by coming in second and third. Disappointing for Covatti, but still struggling with injury. Let's say Melnychuk looked pretty useful in second place, but Paco Castagna, delighted with that win, charged away from the tapes, hit the front, stayed there. Covatti was in a good point-scoring position there, but just seemed to run out of steam. So 5 points to the Ukraine for finishing second and third. Italy get 4 points with Castagna winning it and Nicolas Covatti failing to score. We'll see it again.
Yeah, once again, just like last year, Paco Castagna scored all of Italy's points, makes a cracking start. And the unique style of Paco Castagna, he's got a sort of the knee on the floor, almost looks like a road racer as he enters the first turn there. We can see just how tough there Melnychuk was on Nico Covatti as they entered turn 3. He just moved straight across and certainly taking no prisoners, and then continue to put pressure on Paco Castagna for the race. There we see Levishyn going past Nico Covatti, who pulled out. Didn't complete a lap during the practice session, so I've got to feel that he is suffering from those injuries.
So the riders are up at tapes for heat number 3. Germany up against Sweden. This could be quite tasty indeed. Two big nations going head-to-head here in heat number 3. We've got Kai Huckenbeck for Germany. He's going the red helmet colour off the inside gate. Norick Blödorn, his teammate, will come out of gate number 3 in blue. Now, Sweden have switched them round. We've got Fredrik Lindgren, who's in the white helmet colour, but he's going to go from gate number 4, and Jakob Thorssell in the yellow helmet colour will be coming out of gate number 2. As I say, both these nations fancied to go through to the final, and they go head-to-head in their opening rides here tonight. Good one, this.
I think in the context of the meeting, this is a big opening ride for both these nations.
Indeed it is. Here we go. Fredrik Lindgren back to top form, winning in Gores off recently. Oh, big long pause. Let's get to the first corner. Huckenbeck's there, he straightens up. Lindgren's coming around the outside. Can he quite get there? No, he can't. Here comes, oh, the Blödorn's ridden superbly well there to get the better of Thorssell. Thorssell coming back at him. Proper speedway here in heat number 3. Huckenbeck's out in front. Good action for third and 4.
Yeah, Huckenbeck looking quick out front. Lindgren doesn't seem to have an answer for the speed that he's got right now. Confident in the bike, just riding mid-track in the dirt line. See there, coming under a lot of pressure now. Blödorn trying to fire his way back past Jakob Thorssell. Looks like he's going to run up. Oh, not quite. Had to get off the gas.
He did indeed. Oh, Blödorn straightened it right up. That could cost him. Huckenbeck's through. He's out in front. Fredrik Lindgren giving chase in second place. Thorssell and Blödorn have had a race-long battle, but Thorssell has now stamped his authority on third place. Huckenbeck wins, but Sweden get more points with second and third. Good bit of speedway there. Blödorn very nearly got back past Thorssell. Thorssell had to be ruthless down the back straight by slamming the door shut. 5 points for Sweden, 4 for Germany, 5 because they got second and third. Huckenbeck was quick out in front. Blödorn showed great speed, but it was a very competitive race.
Yeah, we thought it would be competitive, and I've got to say, not much between these two pairings. The race up front between Lindgren, excuse me, Lindgren and Kai Huckenbeck. Huckenbeck won that one, but Thorssell got the better, of course, of local favourite here at Bellevue, Norick Blödorn, and the 5 points, they take the advantage in that open race. That could be crucial in the context of this meeting.
Indeed. So we've only had one maximum score so far. That's Poe. Yeah, Thorssell just moved a little bit on the start there, so he's got a warning. It was a long pause, mine. I think
yeah, it was at the start.
It was an extremely long pause. There we see that bit of action there for third and fourth with Thorssell. Actually, that was a crucial ride. You're right, Chris. That was absolutely spot on from Thorssell to get the better of Norick Blödorn, who knows this place inside out. Fredrik Lindgren there just reflecting on his opening ride. So heat number 4, we've got Finland out for the first time and France out for the second time. Line up for you is Jesse Mustonen off the inside in the red helmet colour. Antti Vuolas will come out of gate number 3 in blue. And then it looks like to me that Bellego will come out of gate number 2 in white. And off the outside in yellow is Stephen Goret. So can France get the better of Finland? They've had some track. How much of an advantage is that over Finland? Because France have got a little bit more experience. Quite a lot. There we go. They're into the first turn. And Mustonen on the inside of Bellego. Cool, that's tight. Mustonen was quite exciting to watch when we watched him in practice on his own. Certainly just straightened up there at practice. Bellego's looking good. But unfortunately for Bellego, Goret's out the back. And Finland in their opening gambit here are going to pick up more points if it stays like this. No real surprise to see Bellego out in front, though.
No surprise at all. And Stephen Goret, it's a surprise to see him at the back, because I must say during the practice session I thought that the Finns were struggling a little bit with conditions, but Mustonen at the moment and Vuolas, who's getting some good experience over here with Workington in the championship, looking good in this one.
Well, Bellego's out in front. He's quick. He's cleared off. He's in a different class this time. Disappointment for Goret back at the back. And Vuolas there coming through in third place. So Finland, although they've actually been beaten conclusively by Bellego, they score more points. And Finland, that's a good solid start for them. They'll be delighted with that. Possibly a little bit of frustration for France there. We would have expected to get a little bit more out of that with their second ride up against a team coming out for the first time, but it wasn't to be. 5 points for Finland. They'll be pleased with Mustonen and Vuolas doing that. David Bellego fast out in front and Goret just missing out in heat number 4. So, track's holding up nicely. Racing just beginning to develop. Should see some decent stuff tonight. So there's the position after everybody's had a race. We've got Poland out on front on 7, France on 6, but they've had a couple of races, excuse me. Sweden on 5, Finland 5, Ukraine 5, Germany and Italy on 4 points. That's how it lies so far.
Yeah, Finland will be happy with the result of heat number 4 and their first ride. Great start off the inside there for Jesse Mustonen, but it's just on the run to the corner there. David Bellego, he stretches the arms, get the bikes into the corner, goes to the dirt line. Looks like he's going to go backwards, but of course he's just got that little bit of extra traction and a big run around the outside. But good battle there from Jesse Mustonen. See that leg back, leg trailing style going into the corner, which in these conditions is a little bit scary. He was a little bit sketchy in practice, but certainly effective in that one. Finland will be happy to pick up 5 points there.
They will be. They'll be pleased with that. And so we've got some track grading going on. We can get some reaction down in the pits. Marcelino is going to be joined by Kai Huckenbeck.
That's right, Kai Huckenbeck, captain of Team Germany, alongside me. The winner of heat number 3. You were flying out there at this track in Manchester, pretty fast. So how was it from your perspective?
Yeah, I made a good start from gate 1, so I didn't get any spray. I could just follow the line, let the bike run, try to pick up some drive. Track's in a good condition, even when it was raining a lot today. But yeah, everything works fine.
Obviously, we know that Norick Blödorn is representing Bellevue Aces. I wanted to ask you if you discussed with him some setups, but now I think he should discuss some setups with you.
Yes, we did before the meeting, and luckily we had a quick practice before the meeting. So Yeah, I changed a couple of things compared to his setup, so maybe he's following me now, and yeah, we'll see in the next one.
You're coming into tonight's competition on the back of a very successful couple of meetings, both in league racing but also in the SGP in Gorzów. First time in Speedway of Nations as a SGP regular. Does it change the perspective? Does it make you feel more comfortable competing with other guys?
No, not really. I just always want to win. That's my goal, and I'll try my best every time. And it doesn't matter if I'm a Speedway GP rider or a second league rider. For me, it doesn't matter. I want to win, and that's the goal.
That's most important, obviously. What's your take on tonight's meeting, taking into consideration all the rivals? Do you see that promotion to the final on Saturday as an easy thing to do?
No, it's not going to be easy, but you know, everyone is beatable, and we'll try our best, and hopefully we make it.
Keep fingers crossed, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from Kai Huckenbeck. He's going to need support. He won in fine style in his first race, but this is all about avoiding last places. Last places are not helpful at all. Second and thirds, very useful indeed. Keep doing that all night. You'll go through to the final. Germany start with Huckenbeck winning his first ride for Germany, but unfortunately young Norick Blödorn just got out-battled by Jakob Thorssell from Sweden. Great race of the evening so far. Yeah, we'll take a look at heat number 3. It was on paper the best-looking race so far, and we'll take a look at it with the drone and just see what it all panned out. Here we go then.
Yeah, heat number 3, it was advantage Sweden in this one, and I think that's a big result for them, because you know, I just see these two being sort of locking horns. I think they're quite evenly paired. We can see Kai Huckenbeck out front, the scrap going on now at the back. Jakob Thorssell flying up the inside there of Norick Blödorn. Norick, that he knows this track inside out, he knows it very well. Track conditions today a little bit different to what he's used to in a league match, mainly down to the weather. They had put a bit of extra dirt on, and that certainly created a lot more grip. We can see now he's looking to come up the inside of Jakob Thorssell. He doesn't quite get there. Jakob Thorssell then just makes him get off the throttle quite quickly there as they enter into turn 3.
I thought for a moment Blödorn was going to get there. Don't think he could use the track conditions as too much of an excuse, because it's been wet through the spring, hasn't it? And
we are in Manchester.
And we are in Manchester, and it does rain rather a lot in this part of the world. So just think Blödorn will be a little frustrated not to have got the better of Thorssell. Thorssell, very experienced rider, of course. You can't deny him that. He knows his way round. There's the position. We've got Poland coming out in the next race, but they started in fine style. As I say, Poland will be everybody's favourite tonight. They should sail through. First 2 teams going straight to the final on Saturday to join Team Great Britain. Then teams finishing in 3rd and 4th tonight. There'll be a race-off, and the winner of that heat will be the 3rd team that goes forward to the final here in the National Speedway Stadium on Saturday evening. Always a fabulous week of Speedway. There's a good atmosphere here. A decent amount of people coming out, and fair play to them, because the weather really earlier on today was foul. So some hardy souls here tonight.
Yeah, there are. The Manchester guys are quite used to the weather, so that hasn't held too many back, but it's great to see, as you say, so many people supporting the semi-finals. Obviously, Team Great Britain won't make their appearance until the final on Saturday, and of course we look forward to that. Plenty of track work going on. We can see their race director Phil Morris just looking over proceedings, as he always does, and it's been quite tough actually for the track staff this afternoon. They had a very late practice session, and they didn't have too long to get the track round again for the first race, but they've done a good job.
Riders ready then for heat number 5. 21 races to determine the top 2, and then heat 22 will determine the final qualifier. Fortunately, the weather has changed completely. Looks pretty set now. It's warm, it's a bit muggy, but in truth, pretty good conditions. Phil Morris there just going to allow the riders to enter the track very shortly. Here we go. Now Italy are coming out here against Poland. This is a challenge for Italy, and I think I may be understating that. Paco Castagna had a real good go, And I wouldn't be at all surprised if Italy have changed their rider here, because Covatti looked like he's really struggling. And still there on the graphic, Nicolas Covatti, but I'm not sure it is him coming out here for the second time. And no change for Poland. No, it is Covatti.
Yeah, it does look like
it is Covatti. So we've got Dominik Kubera on the inside in the red helmet colour. Gate number 3 in blue is Bartosz Zmarzlik, the world champion. Paco Castagna in the white helmet colour will come out of gate number 2. And off the outside is Nico Covatti in the yellow helmet colour. Covatti must have had a bike issue.
Yeah, I'm guessing it must have been a bike issue, but he certainly had issues in practice, and it must have been the same issues, I guess, that they maybe thought they'd resolved, and turns out they hadn't. But I've got to say, after talking to him earlier today, he's still having a lot of problems with a leg injury and more so an arm injury that he sustained in Argentina.
I'm a little surprised that Alessandro Dalla hasn't made a change here. As you rightly say, Covatti didn't really get going at all in practice. Had a poor opening race, maybe an opportunity to swap it around against Poland, who are the favourites for another 7 points here. Here we go. Number 5. Take through it. We're into the first corner. Kubera's made a lovely start there. Here comes Paco Castagna doing great work in second place, but the world champion leg trailing going into turns 3 and 4. Untidy from Zmarzlik, but he had to work hard there to get the better of Castagna. And Poland once again hit the front here.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty with Zmarzlik. He just gets the job done, and he certainly does on the opening lap there. As he follows now down on the inside of Kubera. It looks like he's just enjoying himself now as the race settles down. And Covatti, well, he's kept going this time, so possibly the problem was mechanical and not himself. But this is another maximum point scoring result for the Polish team.
Flying out in front, Poland really are in a class of their own here. Castagna was there momentarily on the opening lap, but Zmarzlik charged up the inside of him, joined his partner out in front. Poland remain unbeaten. They're on to 14, going along nicely now. No trouble so far. They were red-hot favourites for that one, and so it proved. Kubera sharp away from the tapes and came through in flying colours. 7 big points for Poland, 14 now they move on to. Castagna and Covatti just picking up 2 there. Covatti finishing the race, but not completely convincing. Let's just have another look at it.
Yeah, Poland taking no chances here. Maximum points from 2 rides so far. Great cutback there up the inside for the SGP Series leader, Bartosz Zmarzlik, as he just gets up the inside of Paco Castagna from Italy there. You can see there, Paco Castagna moves right, almost courtesy there for the series SGP Series leader, as he just kind of moves out of his way, but I think he was just trying to keep the momentum, get the bike out in the dirt, but no answer for the speed of Bartosz Zmarzlik up the inside, and a perfect start for Poland.
Yeah, faultless so far, Poland. Heat number 6, riders at tapes. And we've got Ukraine up against Germany. Germany, we must be looking to take advantage here. There you can see Kai Huckenbeck and Norick Blödorn for Germany, Stanislav Melnychuk and Marko Levishyn. The inside gate is Melnychuk. Gate number 3 in blue is Levishyn. Then we've got Kai Huckenbeck in the white helmet colour. He'll come out of gate number 2. And off the outside in the yellow helmet colour is Norick Blödorn. Now, Blödorn is key. He really has got to get going. And up against Ukraine, Germany, if they want to make the final, these are the sort of heats they've got to really capitalise on.
Yeah, absolutely have, yeah. You're absolutely right. Kai Huckenbeck, of course, winner first time out over Fredrik Lindgren.
Away they go. They're into the first corner. Huckenbeck's there. Here comes Blödorn around the outside. They've hit the front. This is exactly what Germany needed. Blödorn has responded very well now, the young German, former German champion. He's hit the front. They're going along very nicely indeed, dominating heat number 6. Got to say that Melnychuk is back in 3rd place with Levishyn at the back. But Germany searching for 7 points, looking good for it now.
Yeah, looking good for the Germans now out front. And I tell you what, it was a great opening lap from Kai Huckenbeck. I think he could hear that a bike was coming, but he wasn't sure who it was as they entered turn 3 on the opening lap. Just had a little look over his right shoulder, saw it was teammate Norick Blödorn, gave him that little bit of extra room that he needed to get in the corner. They're out front, looking good.
Blödorn down the back straight for the last time. I say Huckenbeck is cruising with his teammate here. He has got speed here, Huckenbeck. 7 points for Germany. We talked about it prior to this one, and they needed it and they delivered. And that puts them right back in it. After a disappointing opening race against Sweden, they bounced back against Ukraine with 7 points. Fair play to Germany when they really needed it. Blödorn and Huckenbeck coming through in flying colours. Maximum score, 2 points for Ukraine with Melnychuk and Levishyn. Important moment that for Germany. They couldn't afford to slip up there.
No, and it was all about the opening lap and the entry into turn 3 that was really important for maximum points here. We can see Norick Blödorn, he's on the outside, he knows his track inside out, just gets a nice run around the outside of Kai Huckenbeck, who has just a sneaky look at the last minute as they enter the turn, realises who it is, lets him get into the corner, and from there it was pretty much plain sailing for the Germans as they went away from the Ukrainians.
Yep, straightforward win in the end for the Germans there. Heat number 7 is with us. And we've got Team Sweden up against Team Finland, an all-Scandinavian affair here. A warning for Jakob Thorssell. They did carry throughout the night. He's still in there with Fredrik Lindgren, Antti Vuolas and Jesse Mustonen. Jesse Mustonen is going from the inside gate. He's in the red helmet colour. Gate number 2 in yellow is Jakob Thorssell. Gate number 3 in blue is Antti Vuolas. And Fredrik Lindgren, for the second time this evening, is going to go from the outside with the white helmet colour. Clearly a strategy there for Morgan Andersson, keeping that same pattern going with Freddie going from the outside.
Yeah, I think he feels that Freddie is the stronger rider, and of course that is exactly what you would think. And he's just decided that he'd give every advantage he can to Jakob Thorssell to try and get them both in front.
Worked out. I think it's Germany in heat number 3. Here we go, number 7. Oh, Thorssell had a bit of a glitch there. Finland have got away well there. I'll tell you what, that was untidy going into the first corner there. Thorssell did well to stay on with Mustonen all out of shape as they go into the first corner. But Finland, who picks up 5 points in their opening ride, they're hanging tough here. England's out in front, and Finland in second and third. Thorssell's got some work to do.
Yeah, we saw Finland in Boyens in 2022, the last time the Speedway of Nations was held, battling their way and making second place in their semi-final. Can't see them doing it tonight, and now Thorssell up the inside there. Jesse Mustonen, big run up the inside. Can he make it maximum points now and go after Vuolas? Oh, he's back up the inside.
Mustonen's come dive bombing up the inside. Thorssell has read it. Got himself back into third place, but again Mustonen's hit the curb. My goodness gracious me, he is exciting to watch. Fredrik Lindgren's a country mile out in front. Finland, you can't take your eyes off of them, all over the show. But that was very exciting, and I don't quite know how Jesse Mustonen stayed on his bike there. And in truth, Thorssell did well to stay upright in the first corner when it was untidy. Sweden get an advantage there. They pick up 6 points for that. 3 points for the very entertaining Jesse Mustonen and Antti Vuolas. Fair play to them. They're going on to 8 points now, but Sweden, that's what they needed. And, but they're having to work pretty hard. Freddie didn't have to work hard, but Jakob Thorssell in the thick of the action here.
Yeah, absolutely thick of the action, and Jesse Mustonen doing his best. See the reaction from the crowd there. And it's all about the start here as Mustonen, he actually nearly collects Vuolas there as he goes into the first turn, his teammate. Fredrik Lindgren just having a little look over his shoulder. Can he see Jakob Thorssell? No, he can't. Jakob Thorssell's at the back as the Finns there on the opening lap, just tripping over each other. Now Jakob Thorssell stretching those arms on the back of the seat. Got a big run up the inside, but I tell you what, Jesse Mustonen was really coming back at him hard. It was quite entertaining stuff.
Oh yeah, and when he hits the curb there, I thought could be curtains, but he hung tough and he stayed upright, and he there, look at that, he clouts the curb. You're going so fast around this track, he does well to hang on to the motorbike.
So heat number 8, Freddie was impressive there, and he has been very impressive in the last couple of weeks. We've got Italy, Paco Castagna and Covatti up against Goret and Bellego here. Bellego will go from the inside. Gate number 3 is Goret in blue. Paco Castagna this time in the white helmet colour. He's going to go from the outside. They've switched them round, and Covatti will come out of gate number 2 in yellow. Big race this for France. France need to keep it rolling now. France and Italy in 6th and 7th on 6 points in total for both teams. And they get a maximum score. Which way is it going to go? We're into the first turn. Bellego's been a lovely start. He's up the banking. Castagna trying to chop back up the inside. Hasn't quite worked out. Covatti's in 3rd place with Goret once again at the back, struggling with conditions. Goret needs to wind it on or hasn't got a problem. What a move from Castagna momentarily. Bellego's had to respond. He's up the back. Castagna coming at him again. Great speedway.
Ah, great speedway. Paco Castagna is all action. Oh, you can see they had the front wheel on the curve. Just lost a little bit of front traction. He's called it back together. And David Bellego, once he hits the front on these big tracks, he really can go very, very quickly. And looking good out front now. The race has settled down. Covatti has managed to keep going this time. So whatever the problems he had earlier, needs to be resolved now.
He sorted out in front. David Bellego looking terrific, but got to give a lot of credit to Castagna. Castagna riding out of his skin here for his country here this evening in semi-final number 1. Italy outscore France. Bellego out in front, 4 points for him, but 5 points for Italy. Goret struggling. You see him coming into turn 3 early doors. Shut the throttle off. You've got to commit round here in this grip. And there we see the result. 5 points for Italy. Castagna and Covatti. Castagna particularly riding lovely tonight. David Bellego fast out in front. No support. Goret needs to come to the party if they want to make some sort of impact here this evening. See it again.
Yeah, Stephen Goret, 3 last places so far, and as you say, gone off the throttle and just got in all sorts of muddles on the opening lap down in turns 3 and 4. But what about David Bellego as they go from the start? Gets a lovely run around the outside of Paco Castagna, gets himself into the dirt. But Castagna really working the inside nicely, just catches the rut there, a little bit of extra grip, runs across the front of David Bellego, who immediately cuts back to the inside. And a good ride from both Paco Castagna and David Bellego.
Yeah, entertaining stuff there, swapping places a couple of times. And David Bellego from southern France, from Marmande in France, riding well. You've seen him do this before, has had a period of time riding in the UK, so very familiar with these surroundings.
Let's leave it
But
the same.
Paco Castagna with the best moustache in Speedway, in World Speedway, riding well tonight.
Unquestionably.
Yeah, Poland, maximum score for them. They're on 14. Germany on 11, so are Italy, but they've ridden 3 times. Sweden on 11 as well, but they've only had a couple of races. France on to 10 from 3. Finland on 8 from 2, and Ukraine on 7 from 2 outings so far. That's the position after 8 heats here in Manchester tonight.
Friday we'll see the final of the Speedway of Nations 2, and Saturday the big grand final.
We'll be able to get some more reaction for you very shortly down in the pit area while the track preparation goes on. Paco Castagna is joining Marcelina.
One of the guys who puts on a show tonight is definitely Paco Castagna. Whenever you appears on the track, there is a big, big show here at Manchester. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. You know, 2 rides on the same block was a bit difficult. You know, these kind of meetings always go very quick, but we've got a good group of guys working hard. So yeah, it's good. Track is a bit difficult. I'm actually enjoying the time on the bike, but I feel like I'm missing something, and I still don't know what.
So you're going to work on setups again?
Yeah, we are trying different things. You know, starts are good. I'm making good starts, but some of the boys are a little bit quicker. Even with Bartek and Dominik, I made a good start, but just changing something, and I'm having fun on the bike, and I think everybody can see it.
As you mentioned the race against Poland, I got to tell you that it's always difficult to defend the position from Bartosz Zmarzlik. You made a very decent start, as you said, but did you feel him coming on strong behind you?
Oh yeah, I heard a bike screaming on the inside, and that was a beautiful move from him. Obviously, he's one of the best ever to ride on the speedy bike, so it's good to have a ride with him. Now with David, we had a good ride as well. So now I'm looking forward to the end of the meeting and try to score as many points as I can for Italy, and hopefully we can find ourselves in a good position, maybe top 4, you know.
Good luck then, thank you.
Thank you.
enjoying himself, and you can see that he really is giving it his best effort here. And Bartosz Zmarzlik had to pull. That was a bit untidy. You don't often see Zmarzlik leg trailing like that, but he was a bit untidy there, and Paco Castagna made him work hard for it.
He knew he was up against the moustache, didn't he? You know.
Yeah.
And when Paco's got a smile on his face, then he can go very quickly. He's got quite a unique style. Actually looks quite a bit like his dad, Armando. And yeah, it's good to see him enjoying himself.
Fan zone, which you can visit daily, provided you are a ticket holder.
While we've got a moment, we'll take a look at heat number 7 again in a moment or two. Poland just having a bit of a debrief. But we're hearing that Janowski will get a ride here now, and no surprise really, given the opportunity to settle in. It's up against Ukraine, and they're not the strongest team here tonight. And Maciej Janowski, of course, was riding in the Oxford Spires in the UK. But we'll take a look at heat number 7 once again from the drone.
Yeah, heat number 7 with the drone, and this one all about Jesse Mustonen and Jakob Thorssell tripping over each other a few times. Fredrik Lindgren's hit the front, checked out. Look how much quicker he is, really is. And at this point, it looks once again like the Finns are going to take the advantage with filling second and third places and 5 points. But Jakob Thorssell, he had other ideas. You can see there, he just runs in on the dirt line, and Jesse Mustonen just runs across his line, and he has to get off the throttle. Then it's really hard work. The bike just wants to go forward. The bike stalls, pulls her arms out, but roars up the inside there. Then Jesse Mustonen says, OK, that's how you do it. I'll have a little bit of that. Straight back up the inside. Cracking ride.
And then he has another go here, Chris, because he actually clouts the curb there. Yeah. And that could have been quite awkward, because he may have collected Thorssell at the same time. So it was really action-packed throughout the 4 laps, just for third place, but it was a very useful third place for Thorssell, and he's come through well there to help his country out, and they scored 6 points as a consequence. But Jesse Mustonen, who didn't score, certainly entertained us royally. Poland out on front on 14 points, Sweden on 11, Germany on 11. Now, that's no real surprise to see those 3 nations there. But Italy, admittedly, they've got one more race in the bank, but they're right in it as well. France, you've got to take your opportunities. They're on double figures. It will be difficult for Italy and France to really push it, but Italy into the race off. I think that's what Castagna was referring to in the interview with Marcelino.
Yeah, that's what 4th, 5th, 6th, certainly at this moment in time. And the Ukrainians really not out of it. So it is a 4-team race for that 4th spot.
Now you can see the standings on the right-hand side of your screen. No surprise to see Poland. Poland are going to make a change now. They're racing against the Ukraine. And Maciej Janowski, who had that heartbreaking moment coming out of turn 4 in the opening lap of the final in 2021, he hit the deck, and that allowed Dan Bewley and Robert Lambert to go on to secure the gold medal that particular evening. Can he get redemption here in the National Speedway Stadium? Well, he kind of got it last
year with the Speedway World Cup, didn't he, when he passed Robert Lambert in that defining last race. So, yeah, but this is Speedway of Nations, and he felt terrible when he made that mistake in the final.
And it's remarkable, Chris, while we've got a moment, it's remarkable that Poland haven't won the Speedway of Nations. I don't really know why. They haven't been able to quite get it all together. They've come very close, of course, here in 21. Russia, with Artem Laguta and Emil Sayfutinov, completely dominated the first 3 years. But for whatever reason, whether their hearts haven't been in it, they've certainly had the qualities.
Yeah, they've got the qualities, but I think the Speedway of Nations in many ways is more competitive, because more teams can put together world-class riders when they've only got to pick 2. So, yeah, I mean, Poland certainly, when it comes to Speedway World Cup, and you've got 5 riders, you know, they've got that strength in depth that does make them that more solid. So, you know, you can kind of see why it happens, but it must be frustrating them. And, you know, they've got the world's best rider currently, you know, and they've got a good crop of riders to pick from the other 2 positions.
Indeed they have, and in 2023, Poland won every gold medal available. What a year that was. Looking like they're going to pick up another gold medal, with Bartosz Zmarzlik leading the World Championship by 27 points. What a lead that is. He's been on an incredible run of form, hasn't missed the final so far. Will he be able to inspire his team
to pick up gold here on Saturday night.
Number 9.
Just taking a little bit of time. They've relaxed a bit. I was informed before the meeting started that this meeting would rush through. It isn't. I think they're much more confident about the weather, and that's good news for everybody. Ukraine up against Poland here. Janowski out for the first time. Good move by Dobrucki to give Janowski a ride now.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, the third race for the team is an ideal time to do it. I think he feels, obviously, against Ukraine that, you know, Melnychuk will have the quality to pick up the points regardless. You don't want to put yourself under pressure unnecessarily, but I think it's absolutely right to take a look at him.
So riders out on track now. We see heat number 9, excuse me, Maciej Janowski and Bartosz Zmarzlik representing Poland. Marko Levishyn and Stanislav Melnychuk out here for Ukraine. Not easy for the boys from Ukraine to be here. We congratulate them because it has been a tough and quite an ordeal for them to be here. Only 2 of them, and they've got a stand-in team manager in Stanislav Berza from Poland. So we congratulate them on that. Just a little bit of running repairs going on with 1 or 2 boys down at the pit gate. We've got just 1 minute and 10 seconds to go before they have to be at the tapes. Maciej Janowski, a rider that has so many good qualities, but at times has shown some sort of frailty mentally, you would suggest, sort of rebuilding his career in 2024.
Yeah, it's quite hard to understand why those frailties are there. They certainly weren't there in the earlier days. They've just sort of crept in the last 2 or 3 years. And, you know, I mean, a mentor in Greg Hancock, who's one of the most mentally strong riders, you know, to have ridden.
We've got Melnychuk on the inside in red. We've got gate number 2 in white is Maciej Janowski. Gate number 3 in blue is Marko Levishyn, and Bartosz Zmarzlik will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Third race for Poland. They're unbeaten so far. I sense it's going to stay that way unless something surprising happens. And in Speedway, it can. Right, it's heading down. Green light comes on. Movement there, cool. Match. Oh!
Nasty one.
Wow.
Stop
wow.
there in
I
the
was just
interest
saying.
of safety. Our main concern is
Something
for the
surprising might
2 riders
happen.
down
Now
there
that's a
on the
nasty
track.
surprise.
Yeah, Janowski.
Janowski twitched initially.
He twitched initially, and then he had to
get away.
battle his way to the corner.
He
and
spun up, didn't he? He
Yeah.
spun up, and then he was the meat and the sandwich, and there was a bit of contact. And Levishyn straightened up and absolutely clouted Zmarzlik. Heavy crash.
Yeah, Zmarzlik was up in the air, and when he actually landed down on the bike, he's up quick.
Wow.
Looks like he's okay.
That could have been a lot worse, Chris.
Yeah, it could have been. You know, the trouble is when you're involved with the bikes like that, you know, you've got arms and legs and hands and feet that can get caught up anywhere. But I can see it there. Janowski just straightens up, sends Levishyn flying out to the outside. Tough-looking crash for both him and Bartosz Zmarzlik. It really does come out quick. Knocks the bike completely from under Zmarzlik.
Anybody at fault here?
Nope, they just get there together. You know, of course, you look at that and you say, well, Levishev's just gone straight, but he had no option. He got knocked straight, so we are hearing it will be all 4 back. Correct decision from the referee as far as I'm concerned.
Letosinski from the Ukraine.
Horrible moment for Levishyn there as the bike straightens up. You are a passenger then, you get pushed
Not
back
much
on the
better for
bike.
Bartosz Zmarzlik either, mate.
No,
is
it wasn't. No, it was a shocking moment for him there. And the bike there coming down just sort of pretty much misses him. The handlebars gently lay down on him, but that could have
Both
been
riders
worse.
very fortunate there. Very fortunate indeed, and delighted to see that the world champion is up on his feet, and slightly shocked, I would say.
Bike's looking a bit second-hand, but thankfully...
I think he's got 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, he's got a few.
Yeah, but delighted to see that Marko Levishyn is also making his way back. We'll have all 4 riders in, but quite a dramatic first corner there, and just shows you that nothing is just... We are hearing that Janowski has got a warning, as he was a little nervous on the start line there.
tough opening race. You know, you come in there up against a nation that you suggest you should take care of without any problems at all, and all of a sudden, all sorts of drama in the first corner. You just can't script that, can you?
No, he was a sort of a rider under pressure to perform. You know, at the end of the day, he was on test there. And Dobrucki, team manager Rafal Dobrucki, has put him in and said, show us what you've got. And he realised that the bike had spun up, and he made a lot of effort to get himself into the corner. Of course, the three of them got there together, the two Ukrainians and Maciej Janowski, and of course, the result we all saw.
Well, Bartosz Zmarzlik looks a bit second-hand in there. Looks like he's had the winds and knocked right out of his sails. Heavy impact. Levishyn was just a complete passenger. Speedway bikes have no brakes. They're revving hard. When you come off the throttle, they catch up with themselves. They accelerate for a few moments. And that's exactly what happened to Levishyn.
He was actually on the gas. I think the bike got knocked from under him, and I think his throttle hand actually goes back. He gets a wallop there, and you see the throttle hand.
Throttle, yeah.
Whiskey throttle, exactly. It just goes back on him, and because his body weight's gone back, you can't let go. You can't let go of the handlebars. You don't want to do that. So you're gripping hold of the throttle. The throttle's gone back with you, and this is what happens. As a rider, that is the worst thing. It's a horrible moment because you know you're completely out of control.
Look at those bikes. How they avoid everybody is remarkable. You get a bike landing on you, I mean, that could really do some damage. Nasty bits, handlebars, footrest, clutch levers. Oh, Levishyn's just lost it there, isn't he?
He's trying so hard to knock the throttle off. You can see him trying to actually almost release his hand, but it's all too late for him.
So drama here in heat number 9. Phil Morris will be keeping an eye on what's going on in the pit area, giving the appropriate amount of time. He will then instruct the referee to put the 2 minutes back on when he feels it's appropriate to do so. There's no rush here from Zmarzlik, you know. I'm concerned with Zmarzlik here. I think he had quite a wallop there. And the way he sat in his chair, it just looked like he was just a bit dazed. And
of course, there is the opportunity for Rafal Dobrucki to rest him, but of course they've got to qualify, and you know, whilst they've had the perfect start from 2 races, it is early in the meeting.
Hey, Bartek, if you only had 5 or 6 minutes, I can't keep giving you more, so I've given you as much as I can.
2 minutes to 2 minutes.
I know, I'm putting the 2 minutes on now. Okay, if we can have 2 minutes.
So Phil Morris now instructing the referee to put the 2 minute clock on. The countdown begins. Bartosz Zmarzlik taking his time, rightly so. Tough moment for the world champion there, unexpectedly being collected there. And something like that, which is out of your control, is quite shocking. It takes a moment or two just to get your head round it, what exactly has happened.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have even known that was coming at the time. He'd actually made a commitment and a decision to go wide and let the bike sort of flow around the corner. The next thing, suddenly, he's got a motorcycle and rider just riding into him.
Second time of asking. Maciej Janowski and Bartosz Zmarzlik out here for Poland. Janowski with a warning. Marko Levishyn and Stanislav Melnychuk for Ukraine. Melnychuk will go from the inside in the red helmet colour. Janowski already up at tapes. He's spun up a bit. Hasn't been making starts. Been riding pretty well for the Oxford Spires in the UK, but can't make consistent starts. Shows speed. Needs to get the bike to the first corner a little bit better. World champion coming up with a spare bike here. Still probably a little bit shook up about what's just happened, but he's there now. He goes from the outside. So the lineup is Melnychuk will go from the inside in the red helmet colour. Levishyn will come out of gate number 3 in blue. Gate number 2 in white is Maciej Janowski for his first ride this evening. And the world champion, a little bit battered and bruised, will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour with a change of equipment here. Can Poland remain unbeaten?
They've certainly been rattled, a little bit unsettled with Janowski getting battered into the first turn, and then of course Zmarzlik going down hard. So heat 9 certainly has been a tough one for them already.
You've got to show mental resolve now. You've got back up at tapes. You've got to get back on the horse. This is the classic cliche. Back on the horse straight away. You've just had a heavy fall beyond your control when we're talking about Zmarzlik and Levishyn to a degree as well. Of course, it was just a clash as they go in there and the bike straightened up. As you were saying, Chris, not the ideal feeling. So, here we go then. Second time of asking. Number 9. outside there. Melnychuk initially. Janowski's hit the front. Zmarzlik coming around the outside, tight down the back straight. Look at the bravery from Zmarzlik. You wouldn't think a few moments ago he was upside down, bikes flying around his head. He's fired himself to the front on that spare bike. Janowski going great guns in his first ride for Poland. Poland looking like they're going to remain unbeaten.
A stunning opening lap from Bartosz Zmarzlik, as you say, Kelvin. Down on the deck very hard, only 5-10 minutes to go, and now look at him go. And Janowski, good start from him. Was a little bit of movement from Janowski, who of course is carrying a warning now, but he was only reacting to Melnychuk on the inside of him.
Absolutely right. A little bit unsettled into the last lap. Bartosz Zmarzlik. Looks like he's enjoying himself there. Worked overtime initially down the back straight. But here in the National Speedway Stadium in Manchester, Poland going great guns. They're under 21 out of 21. 3 maximum scores for the favourites tonight. Ukraine coming through with 2 points there. Janowski got away there. A little bit untidy on the start line, but Zmarzlik and Janowski scoring the maximum score with 7. 2 points for the Ukraine. Levishyn coming through in 3rd. See it again.
Yeah, a lot of movement at start. I see. First of all,
I've seen red lights come on for that.
Yeah, Melnychuk could have. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't receive a warning for that one. And then, of course, Janowski just gets it round the inside. Look at Bartosz Zmarzlik, just lovely run on the outside, just kisses the dirt with his back wheel going into the corner, just to give him that little bit of extra speed to make sure he gets around the outside of Janowski. And Poland, 3 for 3, absolute perfect for start for them.
Looking good for the final on Saturday night. Going along nicely, and for Rafa, yeah, Melnychuk's got a warning, we've got that confirmed. And the good news for Dobrucki, because Maciej Janowski looked pretty quick there. We've got Germany up against Finland here in heat number 10. Vuolas and Mustonen up against Blödorn and Huckenbeck. Blödorn will go from the inside in the blue helmet colour. Jesse Mustonen in the white helmet colour. He'll come out of gate number 2. Gate 3 in red. It's Kai Huckenbeck, who's looked really impressive tonight, Huckenbeck, got to say, plenty of speed. And on the outside, in the yellow helmet colour, is Antti Vuolas for Finland, and Finland have been going okay. Been hanging in there. They've only had a couple of rides. They've had 3, excuse me, they've had 3. But they're up against one of the stronger nations here. Can they take it to Germany? Here we go then. Heat number 10. Over the dawn on the inside. Takes up. First corner, Blödorn's there, up the inside, that's tight. Mustonen once again, all action. Look at the Finns coming at Blödorn down the back straight. Huckenbeck's fired himself to the front. Crikey, those Finnish boys, they certainly have a go. Once again, they're almost running into each other as they completed the first lap. Huckenbeck flying out in front. Blödorn under pressure now from Vuolas.
Yeah, interesting stuff for Mustonen on the opening lap, and now Vuolas is taking up the challenge behind Norick Blödorn. You've got to think that Blödorn will have the speed here on a track he knows so well, but the Finns looking to use the inside a lot actually so far today, and Vuolas is going surprisingly quickly around the inside, so Blödorn is going to have to keep an eye on that. But once again, Huckenbeck absolutely faultless, hasn't been beaten by an opposition rider yet.
Kai Huckenbeck absolutely flying again here, really enjoying himself in Manchester tonight. And Germany come through in flying colours. Big result for them. Maximum score. 7 out of 7 there. Blödorn, not super quick. Blödorn will be a little frustrated. They've got the maximum score, that's job done, but they need more speed from Norick Blödorn. Huckenbeck out in front, Blödorn in second, that gives them 7. Vuolas coming through in the 3rd. He looked quite useful actually, Vuolas there, and he picked up 2 points from Mustonen. All out of shape early doors. Can't take your eyes off of him. But Germany were the stronger team here.
Yeah, Huckenbeck off gate 3 there in red, makes a decent start, just gets the back wheel in the dirt. You can see there, Blödorn realises he's got Mustonen up the inside of him, thinks, oh, I've got to shut the door, can't quite get there. And yes, Mustonen really, look at that, front wheel in the air as he comes up the inside of Blödorn. It's quite a moment, that is, but meanwhile, Vuolas there is just running around the outside. He takes the chase up. And both the Finns showing reasonable speed, but maximum point for the Germans.
Yeah, just what they required. And we are moving on swiftly. That man is in fine form tonight, Kai Huckenbeck. Heat number 11. We've got France up against Sweden here. Goret and Bellego up against Thorssell and Lindgren. Jakob Thorssell will go from the inside in the blue helmet colour. Alongside him is David Bellego in white, gate number 2. Gate number 3 in red is Fredrik Lindgren. And Stephen Goret, who hasn't been replaced.
Keeps his place, yeah.
Yeah, keeps his place after a disappointing evening so far. He's off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Surprised by that?
I am surprised, yeah. I think 3 last places, you know, obviously Mathias Trésarrieu sitting in the pit lane. Maybe he doesn't fancy it, maybe he wasn't happy after the practice, but I doubt that's the case.
I think Laurent Sambarrey, the French team manager, may have missed a trick here. Bellego's going well, but Goret, I think if Goret gets away, I don't sense he'll have any quick in practice, Goret. Here we go then, heat number 11. Swedes are away. Brilliant stuff. Around that first corner, Thorssell terrific. Here comes Freddie, look at that. Missile down the back straight, charging into the bottom corner. Really eye-catching move from Fredrik Lindgren there on the opening start. Got to say, they were sharp away from the taste. Bellego's back in 3rd place with Goret at the back. But look at Lindgren go. He is like got a turbo on that bike.
Yeah, Thorssell was so quick around the inside on the first turn, but once Lindgren got his wheels in line, got his back wheel in the dirt, so much speed. He actually showed really good bike control going into turn 3 on the dirt line. It's not easy to do. And now he's got himself out front. Well, there's just no looking back for Freddie. Fast Freddie.
Fast Freddie Lindgren out in front. Flying. Thorssell terrific early doors. Got that first corner absolutely nailed. Bellego can't lay a glove on them. Sweden are going to come up with a maximum score here. It's all building up very nicely indeed in semi-final number 1. England just moved over the line there. Thorssell did a nice job, particularly early doors, but Freddie just put his head down. I mean, the way, the body language on the back straight early on the first lap really was a sight to behold. He was hunched over the handlebars and just flew down the back straight. 7 massive points for Sweden. Fredrik Lindgren out in front. Jakob Thorssell coming through in 2nd place. David Bellego 3rd place for him, and Goret out the back. 2 points for France.
So we move on now
so all of a sudden, Sweden making their presence felt.
Yeah, we said that it was a battle we felt between Sweden and Germany for that automatic qualification place, and so far matching each other 18 points apiece. But Jakob Thorssell really made the bike work well around the inside there, realised that it was Fredrik Lindgren that was coming around the outside, entered turn 3 very, very narrow. So he just done a really good job. You can see there he actually looks across to his right-hand side and sees it's Fredrik Lindgren making the run. Wise move from Jakob Thorssell, good team riding, does all the right things there. 7 big points for the Swedes.
Super stuff. And Freddie looks really, really good here tonight. Not so long ago, Fredrik Lindgren was contemplating retiring from the sport. He was stunning in the final in Gorzow in the last Grand Prix, where he passed Bartosz Zmarzlik. And here this evening, got to say, that bike is absolutely flying, and he looks like he's got his mojo back. Jakob Thorssell, they're having a chat with Morgan Andersson. They're going along nicely. Germany and Sweden locked together on 18.
We've got a bit of a pause here because Germany coming out in heats 10 and 12, so race director Phil Morris just giving them a little bit of extra time to sort themselves out. You can see Maciej Janowski coming out once again, so Dobrucki giving him another go, this time in place of Zmarzlik.
Bartosz Zmarzlik has been dropped here. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Dropped.
Well, you were going to drop him for the very first race, Kelvin, after practice.
I was staggered that they kept him in. Dominik Kubera has replaced Bartosz Zmarzlik, the world champion. Maciej Janowski retains his place, so a new pairing there for Poland. And they will be racing against Kai Huckenbeck and Norick Blödorn. Blödorn still just lurking around at the pit gate. Not quite sure what he's waiting for. He's going to make his way to the start line now.
We've got Kubera will go from the inside here in the red helmet colour. Kai Huckenbeck will come out of gate number 2 in white. Maciej Janowski, gate number 3 in blue. And the late arriving Norick Blödorn will go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Good looking race, Chris.
Yeah, great looking race. And Kai Huckenbeck unbeaten so far. And the Germans, of course, have had maximum points in their last 2 heats. So this is an interesting looking one.
Tasty looking line-up here. It's not really the B team from Poland, because all 3 of their riders are going rather well tonight.
It's not a bad B team,
but
is it?
yeah, I'd probably have it. I'd take it. But nonetheless, Kubera and Maciej Janowski, Dobrucki just giving everybody an opportunity tonight. Unbeaten so far, 3 points out in front. Poland. Takes up. We're into the first turn. Look at Kubera. What a turn back from Blödorn. He's done remarkably well here. Huckenbeck coming on strong in second place. Here comes Janowski round the outside of Blödorn in the dirt. Coming on strong. Oh my goodness gracious me. Maciej Janowski really had to hang on to the motorbike. Kai Huckenbeck going great guns in second.
Yeah, Huckenbeck really putting pressure on Kubera up front. And Janowski with a very similar mistake that we saw him when he crashed in the Speedway of Nations in the final against Team Great Britain. So nearly made the same mistake again there.
Kubera out in front. He's having to go really fast here because Kai Huckenbeck is really on a mission tonight. Sitting on the edge of the dirt. Maciej Janowski now has just come away from the dirt. Kubera really having to work hard. Blödorn's got problems with the bike, popping and banging. He's out the back. It's going to be the first time that Poland drop points tonight. It's far from a disaster. They still get 6. Say the track's really quick. You get on the edge of that dirt and you just go like a rocket. Disappointment for Blödorn, who fails to score. Maciej Janowski having to hang on to his bike coming out of turn 4 early on in the race. You're right, was almost an action replay of what happened in the final here in 2021. See it again. Kubera is sharp off the tapes.
Yeah, Kubera working really good and following the inside there. We saw Jakob Thorssell do it earlier on. He has a look over his right shoulder. He actually enters the corner really narrow, puts him at a disadvantage there. Thought Huckenbeck was going to be able to make the cut back there, and we can see Janowski very, very wide. Very similar mistake to that he made in the final in 2021. And just connecting some ruts there. The dirt is built up really deep on the outside. And he just got himself a little bit too deep in it. He just goes across the corner there on the outside of Blödorn, and then he just catches 1 or 2 deep bits of dirt and gets himself in a muddle. But unfortunately for Blödorn, he's had a good day, but having bike problems there in that one.
So it was 6 points for Poland. Poland will move on to 27 points as a result of that. 3 points there for Germany, and they will move on to 21 points. We'll have that confirmed to you as and when we receive it, but that is what the score was there, a 6-3 to Poland. And we're moving swiftly on once again, where we are up to heat. Well, we're at heat 13 here. There's Sweden up against Italy here. We've got Castagna will go from the inside in the red helmet colour. Jakob Thorssell out of gate number 2 in yellow. Gate number 3 in blue is Nicolas Covatti, and off the outside is fast Fredrik Lindgren in the white helmet colour. Sweden looking to take advantage of Italy here. They can really put pressure on Poland. Importantly, the first 2 teams go straight to the...
Thorssell really sharp off the start so far this evening, but Fredrik Lindgren, I tell you what, for a 38-year-old, he is so sharp, riding so well, making decisions really quickly. He's able to turn the bike on a sixpence, even out in the dirt. He's able to just change direction whenever he wants. And, well, Sweden really, really looking good in this one.
Yep, Team Sweden looking terrific, as you say, Chris. We're into the last lap. Jakob Thorssell doing a great job. Sweden look good here. Freddie and Thorssell riding superbly well together. Will we see Oliver Berntzon this evening? Right now, each two are doing a great job for their country. Castagna did all he could there for Italy. but it wasn't enough. He comes through in third place.
Well, the official results
Thorssell,
of 13 was a winning yellow for
Fredrik Lindgren. Certainly showing a good turn of foot there. Impressive indeed. And Jakob Thorssell, who spent a lot of time at Wolverhampton, hasn't been riding in the UK for a number of seasons. Back here in the National Speedway Stadium tonight, looks like he's settled very nicely indeed. So 7 massive points for Sweden, with Thorssell out in front, Fredrik Lindgren back in second place. Paco Castagna in third, picks up 2. It's a maximum score for Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden move into second place, just a couple of points behind Poland, but another cracking start for Jakob Thorssell. He just moves straight out to the dirt. Fredrik Lindgren, meanwhile, doesn't really know where to ride. I don't think he's quite sure what Thorssell's going to do in front of him, but look, he's right up the front of the bike. He's not even sitting on the seat as he enters turn 3 out in the deep dirt. He's really showing exactly, doing everything right. He's showing exactly what you have to do on a speedway bike, just at the right time, just moves his body weight forward entering the corner, lets the bike break traction, and really showing good speed.
Impressive stuff then. Here's the position.
In the UK, unfortunately,
After 13 heats, 27 points
there is a petition
to Poland, 25 to Sweden, 21. That's pretty much as we expected, those 3 nations out in front. Interesting to see which is the 4th team tonight. And they will go through to Heat 22, which is the final qualifier. So we've got Ukraine up against Finland now. Melnychuk and Levishyn up against Vuolas and Mustonen. Mustonen's been pretty hairy tonight. I don't quite know how he's stayed on the bike at times, but he's been
a big fan of his style.
Oh, it's been great to watch. He's on the inside in red. Alongside him in white is Melnychuk. Gate number 3 in blue is Antti Vuolas, and off the outside is Marko Levishyn. Gate number 14. We're rattling through the races now. It's all beginning to take shape. Racer up. Team Finland, how about that? Mustonen's hit the front, Vuolas is wide. Oh my goodness, who's that going around the outside? Levishyn even wider. But look at Finland, they're out in front. Melnychuk trying to do something here. Mustonen's gone wide. I don't know if that was on purpose or he just ended up there. But they've hit the front, Finland.
Yeah, looking good out front. You can see there Antti Vuolas just looking to his right, just to try and see where his teammate, Jesse Mustonen's gone, but Mustonen just moving very wide now. He's not quite got his back wheel in the dirt, so he's going the extra distance without really getting the extra grip. Meanwhile, Melnychuk's looking for way up the inside, but it seems like the Finns have sewn this one up.
So Mustonen now, that leg trailing style, his steel shoe hanging off, tucks back to the inside. There it now flies off. Melnychuk clouts the steel shoe as it bounces across the track. It's all going on in Heat 14 at Team Finland. For the first time this evening, they're going to pick up a maximum score. Fair play to them. Great effort. They were terrific away from the tape, both of them. They've worked really hard there. And look what it means to them. They're absolutely chuffed to bits. Fair play to them. That was a great effort from those 2 young Finnish riders. 7 massive points for them. There's some ride in it. Vuolas and Mustonen coming through in flying style. Stanislav Melnychuk in third place. He picks up 2 points with Levishyn out the back. Exciting stuff here, but look at this start from the Finnish boys.
Yeah, great start. They both jumped clear there of the Ukrainians. And Mustonen looks over his shoulder, then he moves out to the middle of the track. And Antti Vuolas has to work on the outside. I can see there Levishyn on the outside. Does well to stay on the bike. Melnychuk there with the front wheel in the air, battling on the inside. But Levishyn really was struggling. You can see there the leg trailing start. How do you not break your ankle riding like that? And there hooks the steel shoe, and now it's floating around before he throws it at the opposition. And now
his teammate.
That
was the important
Otto Raak
job.
has just gone to retrieve it for him. But looking at that style with that left foot dragging and the ankle at that shape, looks uncomfortable, doesn't it?
It is, and if you're my age, you break your ankle. There's no doubt about it. So here's the position. No, exactly. Heat 15. After 15, it's 27 points to Poland, 25 to Sweden. Germany's on 21. Finland now moving into 4th place with those 17 points. Italy down in 5th. Riders out again here. We've got Team France up against Germany. Huckenbeck and Blödorn for Germany, with Goret and Bellego Still no Trésarrieu. Surprising that. That is surprising, but clearly Mathias Trésarrieu not required here so far this evening. So here we go. Bellego on the inside in red. Gate number 2 in yellow. It's Blödorn. Gate 3 in blue is Stephen Goret, and off the outside is Kai Huckenbeck. Fancy Germany here. And Germany really need it.
Yeah,
if they can get a 7-point haul here, they get themselves right in the mix, don't they?
They'd go ahead of Sweden if they can max out here. So this is a big race for them.
Indeed it is. Bellego could be a spoiler if he hits the front. Bellego's quick, really quick. He's got the inside gate, and he might just fancy his chances. France haven't been quite clicking together. Here we go then. He's got there. Here comes Huckenbeck, but Bellego's now hit the front. Smashing first corner from David Bellego. Here comes Kai Huckenbeck. Wow! He got some straight line speed. Bellego's out in the dirt, and he's eaten dirt as well. He got filled in massively there. Blödorn has gone back to 3rd place, but Kai Huckenbeck having a fabulous night, roaring away out in front.
Yeah, Kai Huckenbeck didn't make the best of starts, but you could just see him weighing up the opposition, looking at what his teammate was doing, and realises that he's not got the better of Dave Bellego on the opening first 2 turns. Just makes a lovely long straight, and now Goret putting Blödorn under a little bit of pressure.
He is indeed. Goret's got pace this time. Can he get the better of Blödorn? Blödorn could do with hanging on to 3rd place for Germany. Kai Huckenbeck. Well, this is a high-speed demonstration by the German out in front. Bellego hanging on there in 2nd place. Huckenbeck having a great night. He wins. 6 points to Germany. They would have fancied 7, but 6 is okay. Decent effort by Team Germany there. Goret in the race again, didn't score, but he had pace there. He did have a bit of speed. Kai Huckenbeck, terrific out in front. He wins it. Blödorn's back in 3rd. That gives them 6. Bellego finishes 2nd. That gives them 3 with Goret missing out. So, Germany now moving on to 27. 1 ride more than Poland. But super stuff from Huckenbeck here, Chris.
Yeah, super stuff. You can see he's just weighing up the first turn. Blödorn's gone wide, but he hasn't gone wide enough. It's left the hole there for David Bellego, who was a bit uncomfortable, I've got to say. You said it, Kelvin. He was leg trailing in the dirt, then he was eating dirt as they left the corner. Kai Huckenbeck riding across the dirt line and filling him in a treat.
Wow.
And he gave chase, but Kai Huckenbeck, once he's in front, he is a difficult man to catch. He's got plenty of speed in the bike. He rides it very well. I think Norick Blödorn may be a little bit disappointed in his first turn there.
Norick Blödorn isn't quick enough tonight. Bike's not fast enough. He's hanging on, he's getting dropped, and that's a surprise for me. Huckenbeck's got sort of speed to burn. Erik Riss, well, he was having a chat with him there, and will the former 2-time world long track champion have an opportunity tonight? There you can see the standings. Locked together at the top there, Poland and Germany, but Germany have raced 1 more race. What a race we have here now. This is a big one. We got Poland, and we've got Team Sweden. This could be very interesting indeed. Sweden going along very nicely tonight. Poland, of course, have been really good as well.
Number 16.
Bartosz Zmarzlik is going to be a spectator. We've got off the inside is Jakob Thorssell in the blue helmet colour. Alongside him is Dominik Kubera in the white helmet colour. Gate number 3 in red. Fast Fredrik Lindgren going great tonight. And off the outside for the 3rd time this evening is Maciej Janowski in yellow. Rafal Dobrucki resisting the temptation to put Zmarzlik back in, or is Zmarzlik feeling the effects of that crash earlier on?
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt that Rafal Dobrucki is resting him up. He knows that he wants a fully fit team for Saturday's final, and Janowski is going well.
Here we go then. Big clash, major nations out there this time. Here we go, heat number 16. Race up. Kubera, red hot off the tapes. He fires himself to the front. Fredrik Lindgren, absolutely ruthless in the first corner with Janowski. Janowski's out the back. Fredrik Lindgren, wow, he's having to hang on to his motorbike. He had to have some upper body strength there, because that bike was in charge for a moment. But Fredrik Lindgren riding out of his skin here in Manchester tonight.
Said it earlier, Kelvin, that it was only 5 or 6 weeks ago he would have been considering retirement even, because he was struggling to work things out. But I tell you what, he won that Swedish Championship. He hasn't looked back. He is riding as well as I've ever seen him ride before.
Fredrik Lindgren out in front. Superb effort from him. Here comes Jakob Thorssell trying to get it around the outside of Kubera. Janowski's not out of it either. Janowski beaten up in the first corner. Can he make the difference now? One last blast through the final turn. He's out in the dirt. Thorssell's up the inside. Thorssell's done a nice job there. And Sweden get the better of Poland. And Poland drop points. You've got to say Jakob Thorssell played his part. He came under huge pressure from Janowski. Fredrik Lindgren, stunning ride there. Absolutely superb stuff from him. 6 points for Sweden, 3 for Poland. Super Speedway. We'll see it once again. Fredrik Lindgren, how on earth does he hang on to the motorbike in this first lap?
Yeah, he's just absolutely fabulous. He's out in the dirt, he's generating all that speed. He goes round Jakob Thorssell on the first turn, and then he sets chase after Kubera. And I tell you what, there he's really hard there on Janowski. You can see Janowski's there, but he says, no, that's my bit of track, that's where the speed is, I'm going for it. You can see Kubera goes in far too narrow, not the first time he's done that tonight, lost all his speed. And Fredrik Lindgren just rides out in the dirt brilliantly, absolutely superbly. The last turn, Janowski, if he'd have had more confidence and continued to ride in the dirt, I think we may be looking at it here as he comes around the outside. He's got the back wheel in the dirt there, he's got the traction. Now he turns back off the dirt. You can see he hits a slick bit on the track. He's not in the dirt, not generating the speed.
Didn't quite work out. And Sweden take the lead here in semi-final number 1. And they're working superbly well, Thorssell and Fredrik Lindgren. Smashing stuff. There you see it. 31 points to 30. Germany on 27 after 5 rides apiece. Fast approaching the conclusion here. We've got Italy up against Finland now. Castagna's on the inside in the red helmet colour.
It's a change here for Italy.
Yeah, if it's Nicolas Vicentin coming in, yeah, you're absolutely right. And Vicentin will come out of gate number 3. There you can see Mustonen and Vuolas, who had a smashing ride last time with a maximum score. Can they continue up on against Italy right now? Finland are in 4th place. Can they stay there? That 7 points was huge for them. They might just be the ones that make the race off, you know, and that would be quite a surprise, but they have worked awfully hard for it. So Castagna on the inside, Mustonen gate number 2, gate number 3. Vicentin for the first time this evening. And Vuolas on the outside. Here we go. And we're into the first turn. Castagna's there. The Finns are coming at him inside and outside. Got to say, Vuolas, oh my goodness, down the back straight. Castagna having to reply. Got to say, this is going to get awfully exciting as they come out of turn number 4 in the opening lap. Antti Vuolas really putting it to Castagna. Castagna again, having also, oh, down the back straight. Vuolas has done him.
Yeah, Vuolas has done Castagna, and Vicentin's, I spoke a little bit too soon there. As Jesse Mustonen comes up the inside, it's all happening in this one. I tell you what, swapping every corner. But at the moment, it's Vuolas now as the race settles down out front. Paco Castagna worked so hard on the opening lap to keep himself in front. But Antti Vuolas really looks like he's having fun.
Disappointment for Finland, though, with Jesse Mustonen at the back. It's not over at the front. Castagna hasn't thrown the towel in here. He's going to have one last blast around the outside. Can he make it work? He's coming! Oh, no, not quite. Not quite. Antti Vuolas picks up the win. But Italy score more points in second and third. They pick up 5. Finland only get 4. With Mustonen failing to score, that could be significant. They're still in 4th place. Just 5 points for Italy. Castagna riding well. Vicentin getting... Vicentin back in 3rd place. So they end up with 5. Vuolas riding well out in front. He picks up 4. There's the position after 17 races. 31 points to Sweden, Poland on 30, Germany on 27, Finland hanging tough on 21, Italy on 18, France on 15 and Ukraine on 11. Great effort from Finland to be in 4th place.
Yeah, great effort. And of course, in the last Speedway of Nations boy in 22, we saw them finish 2nd in their semi-final. Poland were forced to go into the final qualifier. They would love to do that again this time around, but doing a good job. We could see Paco Castagna there on the inside, works the bike really hard, doesn't make the best jump, then he has to work really hard there on the inside, and Vuolas now winding it up around the outside. You see Mustonen there now, he just cuts back to the inside. You can see Vicentin coming up the inside, he covers that one off, but really good ride from Antti Vuolas here, fantastic stuff from him.
Yeah, and I must say, he does it in some style. I mean, it looks a bit hairy to me, if the truth be known. But
it's scaring you a little bit.
It is, but I can't take my eyes off it. Both of the Finnish boys have been really entertaining tonight. Look at
that was quite a narrow line, that was.
I don't think anybody's been there before, ever, since this place opened. Brilliant stuff. Vuolas delighted with the win. And Finland on 21 points. And looking good. Very good. Castagna a little frustrated, I would suggest. But he's working hard.
Well, folks, while we have got a bit of a
but right now, Finland are heading towards that final qualifier, which potentially could be with Germany. Got to fancy Germany if that is the way it turns out. But nonetheless, the lesser nations tonight have played their part. France have been struggling because they've only really effectively had one rider scoring. Ukraine have just been a little bit out of their depth here this evening. Italy have certainly shown some good form. Obviously, Vicentin picked up points in that last one.
You will not only be joining us on centre stage, but you will win a very nice little souvenir from
we can get some more reaction now. And Marcelina has caught up with a very entertaining Jessie Mustonen.
That's right, very entertaining Jessie Mustonen. Tell me about that hit where you bent your ankle, that very unnaturally, and what happened to your steel shoe?
Yeah, I lost my steel shoe like 2nd or 3rd lap, and I feel it. But yeah, it's not so big problem.
Is it more difficult to race without it?
No.
You're very experienced, obviously. I know it's a hard day for Team Finland, but I must say that you do your best to score the points. That was very good hit against Team Ukraine. How do you find this track in these conditions today?
Yeah, like you say, we just give our best, and that's all what we can do. And I have some problems with the bike, but Antti looks at the moment fast, so we still have hope.
Antti is doing also quite good 15 points on his account at the moment. Do you discuss the setups together or the tactic before every hit?
Yeah, of course we work together with me, Otto and Antti together and team manager, and we always helping each other and thinking what is the best.
Do you still believe that it is possible to get to the at least final qualifier for the final?
That's our goal.
Good luck then, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Entertainment there, clearly determined to get to the final qualifier this evening. That's this steel shoe there, as you say, quite sure how you don't break your ankle when you ride like that, but he had a smile on his face, so he isn't feeling too much discomfort.
At the Speedway of Nations 2022 final in Boyens.
Track grading going on. We got an opportunity to take a look back at heat number 17 for you. And the drone is involved again. Chris, take us through it.
Yeah, interesting race this one with Italy and Finland, and Antti Vuolas on the outside there. Really getting some good speed around the first turn. You can see Paco Castagna very fair on him as they go into turn 3 on the opening lap. Gives him plenty of room, and he just sticks to his guns on the outside there. Paco Castagna pushing him as hard as he can. Oh, hits the curb on the inside there. Takes the short route, but a little bit too short, unsettles the bike. And now he gets a good run around the outside again. Look at that, running actually completely over the curve for Jessie Mustonen. And of course, as a result, he misses the corner, but I don't know how he gets away with it. Interesting technique, that.
Not one I would recommend. Please Don't do it.
He's at home, kids.
No, don't. That's a little bit fortunate to get away with that. And he just relegates himself to the back. Good speedway out in front. Castagna comes back at Vuolas here. He doesn't throw the towel in, but
and a decent ride from Vicentin as well there. Comes in, gets his opportunity, looks all right.
Yeah, good point. First ride of the evening, and he comes through, and they pick up the 5 points, and they work well together. But Finland are hanging in there. 31 points to Sweden, Poland on 30, Germany on 27, Finland 21. The reason I keep talking about that is heat 22, you'll see the 3rd and 4th place teams shoot it out to be the final qualifier for the final on Saturday. It's looking like Sweden and Poland should go through.
No, it wasn't Jason.
So we don't know the 3rd qualifier just yet. Good to see so many people here. There's a good atmosphere, relatively warm evening, and considering the way the day started, this is a very pleasant end to the day.
Yeah, we've got away with this one for sure. The forecast suggested that heavy rain would be coming in around about 5 or 6 o'clock, and that didn't materialise, and the fact that we're getting another track grading now suggests that they're confident we will not get any of that rain now, so we will conclude this meeting. And it's going to be interesting now to see what happens between Sweden and Poland. Not that it really makes too much difference which way round it is, but Poland, they like to win things. Doesn't matter if it's a semi-final or not.
It's very true. Very true indeed. So 4 races to go, 18 through to 21 to determine the top 2. It's looking like it's going to be Sweden and Poland. Germany safe in 3rd. So at worst, Germany will go through to the final qualifier in heat 22. And it's all about Finland and Italy now. Finland, they will race against Poland. Oh, okay, so a tough loss right from Finland.
Fairly tough one, that.
So who have Italy got? Italy have got Castagna. They will come out in heat number 20, and they will race against Germany. So both those two nations have got tough final races. I would suggest that Finland have probably got the tougher one, but Poland only scored 3 points in the last outing in heat number 16. Will they recall Bartosz Zmarzlik to try and make sure they win here tonight? Interesting to see which way Mr. Dobrucki goes with the Team Poland. He's certainly worked his programme tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's earned his money tonight, but you've got to think that Bartosz is hurting a bit because he's not someone that would want to pull out. And yeah, I do feel that he will almost certainly be rested again in his last ride in Heat 19.
So not too much longer now before we will get the action back underway. We'll see France come out for the final time this evening. And Ukraine likewise, not been their evenings. They're in 6th and 7th, 15 points to France, but they've really only had one rider scoring, and that's been Bellego. So they're racing for pride now. Can Goret get himself into a point scoring position? They've stuck with the same 2 throughout the evening. And in recent times, they've had Dimitri Berger. And Laurent Sambarrey has had 2 really good riders, and that's seen them through to the final in previous years. Goret and Bellego will represent France here, and Levishyn and Melnychuk for Ukraine.
I'm actually in the grandstand. I've not watched a race
Bellego
for a very long
is in
time.
the white helmet colour here with Goret in yellow. We'll see which way round they go. They've got gates 2 and 4, France, but it looks like, yeah, Bellego's coming into gate number 2. So the lineup will be for heat number 18. It's Melnychuk will come from the inside in the red helmet colour. Gate number 2 in white is David Bellego. Marko Levishyn out of gate number 3 in blue. And Stephen Goret off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. For the final time this evening, heat 18 is France against Ukraine.
Yeah, all about pride, this one, with these two nations. Unable to, Ukraine, no, yeah, they're unable to make
They can't do it.
The top 4.
They can't do it, but as you rightly say, there's pride in the line here. I'd like to see Goret pick up some points. Been battling away, eating dirt all night. At the back, showed some pace last time, but still didn't quite get amongst the points. Last places in Speedway of Nations Speedway is the killer. You've got to try and avoid them if at all possible. Seconds and thirds will do you very nicely indeed. It will mean that you score more than the opposition in that particular race. Did you pick up 5? Here we go then. Heat number 18. What a start from Bellego. Different class from Bellego out of gate number 2. He's got himself to the front. Melnychuk's in second, down the back straight for the first time. Levishyn through into third place with Goret hugging the inside, but David Bellego, super opening lap of Speedway from him. Looks like he's really enjoying it out in front, and Goret trying to get the better of Levishyn. It's tight there.
Yeah, Goret actually made a good run down the back straight on the opening lap and had an opportunity, but was a little bit pensive going into turn 3, and that allowed Levishyn to get into the corner, and the race is settling down, although Goret still looking for a way up the inside, but David Bellego has checked out front, enjoying life.
Absolutely. Back in the UK, riding well tonight. David Bellego, but pretty much throughout the evening he's been on his own, scoring points. Goret just dropping back now from the 2 Ukrainian riders. Bellego, he wins for France. But Ukraine packing in second and third, they pick up 5 points, but Goret missing out again. Their night is done.
The official results of Heat 18.
Bellego maybe just reminding 1 or 2 British promoters that he's quite handy on a motorbike. He's ridden well tonight. The 5 points go for Ukraine though, with Melnychuk and Levishyn in second and third respectively. Bellego out in front, 4 points for him. He won in style, but Goret failed to score. And they pick up 4 points there. Their evening's work is over. Fairly straightforward, but a smashing start from Bellego.
Yeah, textbook stuff from Bellego. Just doesn't let the bike lift off the start and then gets maximum traction on the way to the corner, moves straight out to the dirt line, and then shook up the inside. We can see Goret there had a bit of an opportunity, but he just got off the throttle going into turn 3, and that allows Levishyn to get himself into the corner, and for the Ukrainians to pick up an advantage with 5 points over France, but unfortunately for David Bellego, just hasn't had the backup from Goret tonight.
No, you can't do it on your own. He tried awfully hard, but it wasn't to be. And, Ukraine finishing 7th place tonight on 16. And,
Ukraine have got one more ride, haven't they? But they won't be able to do it.
They won't quite be able to get there. So, big race here, heat number 19, with Finland up against Poland here. Bartosz Zmarzlik, as you rightly predicted, Chris, is replaced by Maciej Janowski. Dominik Kubera is in there as well. Jesse Mustonen and Antti Vuolas. What can they do here? They've got gates 2 and 4 up against some real top opposition here. Finland, well, they really... Italy are the danger. Italy are the danger, but they've got Germany. So 2 points might be enough if Poland get a maximum score.
Poland basically need 3 points here to secure it, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely right. Bartosz Zmarzlik just feeling a bit second-hand. He's got a few days now with Tuesday night, finals on Saturday, bit of treatment, bit of R&R. I'm sure he'll be fighting fit for Saturday and Poland in the Speedway of Nations final here in the National Speedway Stadium in Manchester. Heat number 19. Poland hit the front, Janowski on the inside, Kubera once again coming roaring around the outside. No real surprise at all. Vuolas has come through into 3rd place with Mustonen out the back. But Poland's looking good here. They've had 3 7-point hauls already this evening. This looks like it could be a 4.
Rafal Dobrucki keeping faith with Maciej Janowski, resting Zmarzlik, and he's actually swapped over the gate positions, put Janowski on the inside, and it absolutely worked perfectly. I think Kubera is the man riding with a little bit more confidence around the deep dirt line, so he's done exactly the right thing there. Maximum points for Poland. This will secure it for them.
This sees them through to the final, 1 lap to go. Vuolas and Finland have done well here. Will it be enough? Time will tell on that. But for Poland, it just slipped up last time with just 3 points. They get back to maximum weight here. It's their 4th maximum of the night. And Team Poland, even without the world champion coming through there. As you rightly say, they switched around with Janowski this time on the inside, having had a couple of really hard first turns. But Kubera and Janowski combining well for 7 points. Vuolas back in third, he picks up 2 points, and Mustonen misses out. So that sees Poland move on to 37.
Yeah, you have to say that Sweden do look like they could top the charts by 1 point over Poland with maximum points in their last ride, but a switch there for Janowski and Kubera, and I think it was the right thing to do, because Kubera is definitely riding with more confidence on the track, in the dirt line, than Maciej Janowski, so I think Rafal Dobrucki calling that one absolutely spot on.
Worked out nicely for Poland, you're right. Sweden could well top the charts with a maximum score, and they've got a race against Ukraine in heat number 21. Poland right now, after 6 rides, they're on 37. Sweden have got 31 on 5. Germany have got a race against Italy, and they've got a race to come. Finland are done. They're in 4th place right now. Italy could overhaul them, but they've got to get a whole hatful of points here. What are they going to need? They're going to need to have, well, 6 points. Is that going to be enough? May just be. 5 points behind Finland right now, Italy. They're on 18. Finland have got 23. So 6 points here would be very useful, but Germany are going well. Very well indeed. So we've got Blödorn on the inside in the blue helmet colour. Gate number 2 in white is Paco Castagna. Kai Huckenbeck, what a night Kai Huckenbeck's having. Really is going very well indeed. He'll come out of gate number 3 in red. And then off the outside is Nicolas Vicentin. Here we see it on the screen for you. Castagna and Vicentin representing Italy this time, and Blödorn and Huckenbeck for Germany. Blödorn hasn't looked quite quick enough tonight, Chris, for me.
No, early on, you know, I thought he was using his track experience here at Bellevue very well, but the last couple of races he's looked a bit susceptible, and he had that engine failure as well. It doesn't look like he's changed bikes, so they've obviously fixed that one.
Like an ignition problem. And Italy getting the better of Germany now. Smashing start from Huckenbeck out of gate number 3. Blödorn's gone very wide in the first corner, but it's recovered. Got himself back into 3rd place. Castagna, who's ridden really strongly for Italy throughout the evening. Good away from the tape. He's going to have to do very well to catch Kai Huckenbeck from there. Huckenbeck again, full of confidence, riding right on the edge of the dirt.
Yeah, they're going to need Norick Blödorn to get himself into 2nd place to put the Swedes under just a little bit more pressure for that automatic qualification spot. But at the moment, as it stands, will be 6 points for the Germans. So, yeah, Castagna, he's had a great night, hasn't he? And Vicentin hasn't disappointed in his couple of rides.
Huckenbeck out in front. They're putting pressure on Sweden. But there's no doubt that Sweden have got the opportunity to respond. Here we go, one last blast, and Huckenbeck looks like he's through again. He is, he wins in style. Paco Castagna back in 2nd place. Germany almost certainly going to have another ride here tonight. Sweden probably and should overhaul them. They come out in heat 21, have the opportunity to go straight through to the final by getting the better of Germany there. But that man, I'll tell you what, Kai Huckenbeck had a bit of a lull in form, took a bit of time out recently, but he has certainly ridden well. We are hearing. So Italy, we are hearing that Nicolas Vicentin was actually excluded there because they didn't, the team manager didn't actually notify the FIM that they'd made the change. So Nicolas Vicentin is excluded from the race.
Grand scheme of things, that isn't going to make very much difference.
It didn't make any difference at all in the end. And Italy looks like they're going to finish in 5th place here. 6 points to Germany. That puts them into 2nd place right now on 33. But Sweden, they need 3 points, and they'll get the better of them. Italy with 3 points there, they finish on 21. That isn't enough. Finland look like they're going to go through to the final qualifier, and I've got a feeling it's going to be up against Germany. wait and see. One more race to go before we know who's going straight through to the final. Poland are there. Just a matter of whether Sweden will clinch the deal here up against Ukraine. You've got to believe they will do. Thorssell's off the inside in the blue helmet colour. We've got Stanislav Melnychuk for the Ukraine coming out of gate number 2 in white. Fredrik Lindgren will come out of gate number 3 in yellow, and off the, in red. And then off the outside in yellow is Marko Levishyn. So, heat 21. Sweden should do this now, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I would expect them, the way Thorssell has been trapping, I would expect them to take maximum points here, but you've got to say that Melnychuk and Levishyn really have been mixing it all night long.
They've had a go, no doubt about that. No towel being thrown in by them, but they have found points hard to come by. Good to see him here, though. France and Ukraine have found it tough. Now, would it be Germany or would it be Sweden in the final qualifier? I think it will be Germany.
Yeah.
Sweden look good tonight. They look really good. They've gelled well. Thorssell with this approach. Lindgren's gone from the outside every time. Morgan Andersson has been his strategy. Names up. Thorssell's there on the inside. Here comes Lindgren round the outside, railing in the dirt. Look how well he does that. God, he uses the dirt all the way down the straight. He goes into that bottom corner. Oh, big crash!
Big crash.
Oh!
Yeah, that wasn't nice.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, the race
oh dear, oh dear. Melnychuk just running straight in the back of Jakub Thorssell.
Referee's verdict in just a moment, but our main concern
big crash.
Is the 2 riders down
Melnychuk, too much grip, couldn't hold the bike back.
No. There's a lot of dirt on the outside. It's a little bit inconsistent as well.
Well, Jakub Thorssell, it's right down in front of us. It was right in front of us. That was a very high-speed accident. Concern for both riders here. Melnychuk was the one that was at fault, unfortunately. Thorssell had no warning about that, being run into from behind. But our concerns are with both of the competitors here. Nasty-looking incident in heat 21. I do remember back in 2021 when they lost both their riders, and young Philip Hellström-Bangs then was the sole representative for Sweden that year in the final.
Jakub Thorssell is up to his feet. Good to see.
That is. I'm delighted to see that, because that was
folks, I can tell you that,
really spectacular stuff.
That was a horrible-looking crash there, but Jakub Thorssell on his feet.
That's good news.
Start, finish straight.
And we'll be able to see this again.
Yeah, we can see.
It won't be pretty viewing, that's for sure.
No, it's yeah, that was tough there as the Ukrainian rider. You can see there, Jakub Thorssell doesn't know that one's coming.
Well, that's what's shocking about it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Got no idea, you can't get out of the way. Melnychuk, too much grip. Melnychuk obviously thrown out of the race, has to be. Yeah, well, that's confirmed. There's no surprise there.
Yeah, he's just in that dirt. The dirt's a little bit inconsistent out there, and it's just caught him out. It's just suddenly grabbed a load more grip on him. He's run into the back there, and well, Jakub Thorssell would have had absolutely no idea that was coming.
Well,
and he gets hit there by the bike as well.
Well, the young Ukrainian rider is still on the floor. He hasn't got up yet. He's sat up. I can see him. He is sat up. So we have shown the replay, so I sincerely hope that he is okay. Does look all right. Probably a bit knocked, well, it has to be knocked about. So is that man.
Sitting up and talking to the medics there.
Could he have done anything different there? It's difficult to be critical in these circumstances because it is very grippy there, but it looked like he got the grip, then he shut the throttle, and then he touched it again, and then it was that second time it just lurched forward, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the track now, and where the dirt line is, the track is kind of peeled up, and it's made the dirt line a little bit inconsistent if you're just riding on the edge of it. If you're in it, you've got constant traction all the way round. It just caught him out. The bike grabbed, and yeah, I mean, yes, of course, he could have done things differently, but at the end of the day, he was racing. He was trying to make up ground on Jakub Thorssell. Just didn't expect to make that much ground up that quick.
No. So, not quite sure what we're going to have here, whether we'll have a rerun or the race will be awarded. For Sweden, it's a very important race because they want to go through to the final. So we are hearing it. It will be a rerun with 3 riders. Interesting to see if Morgan Andersson makes a change here.
Yeah, you have to say that Jakob Thorssell will certainly be feeling quite second-hand.
Yeah, he definitely, and he's very fortunate to have got up. But
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see,
concern for the young Ukrainian rider here, Stanislav Melnychuk, is still on the track. The ambulance is now on the track. And
just
so
as a precaution,
they
obviously we
are
want to make sure these
just
guys
to,
are well taken care of. Speedway is a dangerous sport after all, and we are hoping that he's going to be...
So...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to see him up.
up on his feet. It's
Brilliant.
Great to see.
So he's gone away. He's going to be checked over. It's precautionary, I would suggest, but crikey, I am delighted to see both of those 2 boys up, because at the time it's right down in front of our commentary position. It was a horrifying looking accident, bikes and bodies going left, right and centre. Good news.
Yeah, great news. And Stanislav Melnychuk made his own way into the ambulance, was holding his wrist, so it looks like it's a possible wrist injury. But Jakob Thorssell, we can see he seems to be getting himself ready to go out for the rerun. And yeah, I mean, the actual impact was big enough. And then, of course, he got collected by, I'm not sure if it was his own bike or Melnychuk's bike, but certainly a big incident.
Indeed it was. So, you're right. It did look like Jakob Thorssell was just going to prepare himself. Looked like he was getting some tear-offs out there to just get his goggles ready for the rerun. Ambulance is still on the track, so he's making his way round now. Super round of applause there for young Stanislav, making his way out of the track in the ambulance. Let's hope that he isn't seriously injured. Well, he got to his feet, so that's encouraging from that perspective. So Phil Morris now dashing back into the pit area. I wonder whether they might have been tempted to use Oliver Berntzon here, but he's not preparing himself, so it does seem that they're going to stick with the original lineup here. As I say, it is an important race for Sweden. They were on 31 points. They're 2 behind Germany. They want to go straight through to the final to join Poland and Great Britain in the final. So
you've got to think the way that Fredrik Lindgren's riding, that's almost a guaranteed race win. So there's only 3 riders in the race, so it may have been an opportunity to see Berntzon out there.
I would have done.
I think I would have done.
Particularly that Thorssell's just had a really nasty looking, unless Thorssell has insisted I need to go back out and ride.
Get back on the horse, as you said
exactly,
earlier.
Yeah, exactly. He may well have said that to Morgan Andersson. I need to get back out there to get that out of my system. That is a possibility.
Yeah.
So good crowd in here tonight. It's been encouraging to see. Often at these early stages of the Speedway of Nations, we don't see that many people, but tell you what, down this start and finish straight in the grandstand, there's a healthy crowd, plenty of people on the back straight as well. Good atmosphere. It's been a lovely evening as well. A mild evening here in Manchester. It was raining very heavily earlier today. So here we go, second time of asking for heat 21. Melnychuk is excluded. Levishyn is the only representative here for Ukraine. Jakob Thorssell, with a warning, is going to join his teammate Fredrik Lindgren. And fair play to Thorssell for coming back out.
Come out on a different bike, which is absolutely no surprise whatsoever.
No, the other one would be a bit twisted up, wouldn't it?
A bit shorter than it was, I think.
Indeed.
It does leave Marko Levishyn as the sole representative of the Ukraine in the
So they're looking good here, Sweden. They need to complete 4 laps here, and they'll be through with Poland. best 2 teams on show, and then we'll have the final qualifier, of course, and that will be, if it goes to plan, it will be Germany and Finland, and the winner of that will join Sweden and Poland in the final. So just a bit of gardening going on there. Fair play to Jakob Thorssell. He's shown a lot of character there. Could easily have stepped aside, but chose not to.
Tell you what, that man there, Fredrik Lindgren, I have never seen in his entire illustrious long career, I've never seen him with so much speed in the bike and riding so well.
No, he looks really good right now. As good as ever. Could have a very strong second half of the Grand Prix campaign. You certainly hope so. Here we go then, 3:21, second time of asking. They hit the first corner. Thorssell's there around the inside as he did initially in E21. Down the back straight comes Freddie, flying into the lead. Oh, Levishyn out of control. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's up. Red lights are on, but he is up. That was spectacular. He's going to have a sore backside.
I feel sorry for the Ukrainian boys. They've finished in style, it's fair to say, but really have, they've been riding quite well all meeting long. They've been mixing it.
Just overdid it there. Running in deep with all the grip out on the outside. Massive wheelie going around the corner.
I tell you what, he's a tough lad, isn't he?
He has to be, because I don't know if he catches the air fence. Let's just see it again.
Yeah, Lindgren's just roosted off the start, gone straight to the dirt line. Now Levishyn's cut back around the middle of the track and then immediately goes to the outside, puts the back wheel in the dirt very early on, and the thing just lifts on him. I mean, that is high speed, very high speed. Does well, actually, just to get off the back of the bike just before it gets to the fence there.
Oh, he's going to feel that.
Second. If he'd have been on the bike, he'd have been catapulted quite high in the air, I would suggest.
Wow. That is really spectacular.
Don't know what to say.
No, it's a minor miracle that he's literally, he's actually got a spring in his step as he's walking back to the pits.
Tough lad.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, let's have one more big round of applause for
there's
Team
no doubt
Ukraine
that
and Marko Levishyn and
the
Stanislav
Ukrainians are
Melnychuk.
done for the night, literally. And we wish them all the very best, and we were pleased to see them here tonight.
Well, we'll have to see Sweden come out for a third time and have another go. This time on their own.
So 4 laps required for Sweden, and they'll go through to the final. Guaranteed. It was guaranteed anyway. But now they will be just riding alone. No opposition for them.
There just seems to be just a little lack of experience for the Ukrainians riding in this amount of dirt, because there is a lot of grip on the outside of the track now, a lot of materials.
Do you think that's what it was?
Yeah, without question. He'd got the back wheel in the dirt very early on. The bike didn't turn. He keeps on the gas, which is the right thing, but it just took off on him.
Lindgren is ready. Looked like Thorssell was ready as well. You've got to believe that they've got to complete the laps here to score the points.
As far as I know,
they were awarded the race.
Score the points.
Oh. It's been awarded red group.
Yeah, it's been awarded for the race now.
Got that, yeah. Red, 4 points.
So that would suggest it's a maximum score then for Sweden. Slightly unusual, but nonetheless, that's what the decision is. Sweden are through to the final. They are with Poland. And they will join Team Great Britain on Saturday, back here for the final in 2024.
Who go straight to the final.
And we will have a final qualifier now. We'll have a final qualifier now between Germany and Finland to determine who will be the third team to go through this evening.
And don't forget this scoring system.
Finland have done remarkably well. I don't think they'll get the better of Germany, but you know they're going to go down trying, don't you? They're going to throw everything at it. Antti Vuolas has got better the longer the night's gone on, in truth, and Mustonen has kind of dropped away. He started the stronger of the two, and it's now Antti Vuolas, but they've got to work together. Second and third
would be enough.
Would be enough, and that would be quite remarkable. So there you see the result. 7 points for Sweden with Thorssell and Lindgren. No points for the Ukraine. That's a disappointing end for their evening, but a hugely advantageous one for Sweden, because they actually win the night with 38 points, with Poland in second on 37. So those two teams are through. And the final qualifier, the last race of the evening, will be Germany, who have scored 33 points up against Finland's 23. So it would be quite hard on Germany if they missed out.
And I think we have some words from Fredrik Lindgren coming up, so stay tuned and we'll hear.
So we can get some reaction right now down in the pits. Fredrik Lindgren is with Marcelina.
That's right, Fredrik Lindgren alongside me, the man who was flying tonight at the Manchester track. First of all, that was quite bizarre end of this night. We wish to all the Ukrainian representatives all the best, obviously. But how are you feeling as the best scoring rider tonight? You were flying out there, you were fast. Fast Freddy is back again.
No, I felt really good. But it's a team event and it's job done for Team Sweden. We qualify for the finals. That's the main thing. The win on the night is the share on top, but no, the main thing was to get to the final.
Exactly. Team Sweden won tonight. How is Jakob Thorssell doing after that crash?
Yeah, he says he's okay. Obviously, I think he will be a bit bruised tomorrow and a bit stiff probably, but we got a couple of days to get him back on track.
Exactly. How was the cooperation going with Jakob at this track today?
No, it was going good. We were pretty clear what we wanted to do from the gate position and all that. I was from the outside all the time, here on the inside, and we worked good today. So we'll see what we do for the finals.
As you said, you have a couple of days off until Saturday. What's the plan for these days? You're going to rest, you're going to see the city, you're going to spend some time together. What's the plan?
For myself, it will be easy recovery training and get some rest. I've been pretty busy with Polish League, English League yesterday and Speedway Nation here, and still have some pain from my wheelie disaster in Garso GP. So I gotta get some rest.
Are your family here with you?
No, they're not here today, so I definitely miss them a lot when they're away.
We say all the best to Carolina, obviously. One last question about this track in Manchester, because as we could see your average at this track, it's quite impressive. If you could rate this racing track in scale of 1 to 10, if it comes to the racing fun, what would you put it?
I would definitely put a 10 on this, especially if it's nicely prepared. You know, we normally we can see some awesome racing here, but the feeling when you ride a bike with the banking and the speed you get coming into the corners is a nice feeling.
Good to hear that. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, super interview there with Marcelina. It has been a fabulous display from Fredrik Lindgren. Really has been riding out of his skin here tonight. Clearly full of confidence, not fully fit, but there's no doubt that he has really got his confidence back, and that's encouraging to see. And Sweden will play their part on Saturday, that's for sure. Oh, we've got a moment before the final qualifier. We'll just reflect on what we've witnessed so far this evening. Here's some highlights for you.
From the tickets office.
So there we go, that's what we've witnessed so far this evening. We've got one more race to come, the all-important final qualifier between Germany and Finland.
Between Germany and Finland.
And that will be coming shortly for you. Let's take a look at the individual point scoring. Huckenbeck has been terrific tonight, so is Lindgren. They've both scored 22 points. Bellego for France, look at that, 19 points for him. Great night for Bellego. Kubera on 18, but he didn't do all the races. Vuolas pretty good on 17, so Castagna as well. And right down to Zmarzlik there on 11. Goret, obviously, a disappointing night for him. Blödorn, I think he'll have to up his game on Saturday night if they get through. So, let's make our way down now because it's the gate choice for the final qualifier. Marcelina, take it away.
That's right, and first to make a selection is Team Germany and Mathias Bartz here with me. So your riders will go in which helmet colors?
Kai Huckenbeck on white helmet color and Norick Blödorn on yellow helmet color.
Kai Huckenbeck in white and Norick Blödorn in yellow. Thank you so much. And next to make a selection is the team manager of Finland, Aki-Pekka Mustonen. Your riders will take which colors?
Jesse Mustonen will go to red gate and Antti Vuolas to the blue gate.
Jesse Mustonen in red and Antti Vuolas in blue. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There we go then. Germany elected to go for gates 2 and 4. Late on, a lot of grip on the outside. Finland will go gates 1 and 3. We'll be interested to see exactly which way they go. Mustonen looks like he's going to be coming off gate number 1. And Vuolas will come out of gate number 3 in the blue helmet colour. Huckenbeck potentially off gate number 2 in white. Blödorn off the outside in yellow, but they can switch those round. We'll have to wait until they arrive at the tapes to be absolutely 100%. But this is a crucial race. Germany are favourites, of course they are. Finland have done remarkably well to get this far.
Yeah, they did it in Voyens as well in 2022, the last time Speedway of Nations was run. So they could do it again here. As you rightly say, though, 10 points the difference will be very harsh on Germany if Finland beat them here.
Yeah, engine failure, anything. I mean, it's still jeopardy on the line. We've seen it tonight. Looked like straightforward, and then there's drama in the first corner, injuries, all sorts of things. It's been quite a topsy-turvy night, in truth. The world champion on his backside, big time in the first corner. Has had to just sit out a couple of races. He'll be back, though. Final qualifier for the final on Saturday. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Germany with Huckenbeck and Norick Blödorn, or will it be the surprise package? Finland, Jesse Mustonen and Antti Vuolas. 4 laps to find out in heat number 22. Hope you've enjoyed it. We weren't sure we were going to get a meeting, so everything tonight has been a massive bonus because it was really torrential rain earlier today. We've had a dry afternoon and evening, and the track has behaved, well, I'd say it's behaved pretty impeccably.
It's been pretty good.
Here we go, final time of the evening. Which way do you fancy? I fancy Germany. I think they've got to do it.
Yeah, I think they deserve it, and they've got 10 points more throughout the heats than the Finnish team. Of course, they had the gate choice by virtue of finishing higher up in the point scoring in the heats.
Just quickly, surprised by that 2 and 4?
I think 4's good. You know, you make yourself a little bit susceptible in the first turn by giving up gate 1, but maybe as a pair it just edges it. You know, at the end of the day, it's come down to a rider choice. You know, I'm sure that they would have been the ones that made that decision, having had pick of gates.
Here we go then, final time of the night. Mustonen's on the inside for Finland in the red helmet colour. Kai Huckenbeck will come out of gate number 2 in white. Gate number 3 in blue is Antti Vuolas, who's going great. Really is going well. And off the outside is Norick Blödorn in the yellow helmet colour. Germany are favourites. They get the advantage here, they're through to the final.
I've got to say, Finland have scored well. I mean, they've obviously had a big miss. Timo Lahti, who's now decided that he will represent Sweden. He has dual nationality, but I really thought they would miss him big time, and I'm sure they have, but they've done very well.
They have indeed. Huckenbeck, top scorer individually, was Fredrik Lindgren. Brilliant night for him. He really has shown terrific pace. Blödorn, I think, for Germany, will reflect on tonight You think he may just have, he's only scored half of what Huckenbeck's got. Got 11. So he needs to be a little bit quicker if they want a medal on Saturday night. Here we go then. Heat 22. Final qualifier time. Huckenbeck's there. He's fired himself to the front. Blödorn trying to come around the outside. Oh, that's commitment there. Tied down the back straight. Blödorn nearly into second place. He's in the dirt. He's in trouble. Oh, he did well to hang on to it. They're coming at him, the Finns now. Vuolas in the third place with Mustonen around the outside. Huckenbeck away. Blödorn in second.
Yeah, uncomfortable opening lap for Blödorn. He really wasn't overly committed to riding flat out into the dirt line, but he did extremely well. Just kept the bike laid over, kept control of it, got around the outside of the Finnish pair, and it looks good for Germany now. You have to say they deserve it.
Yeah, I think it's a nice way of describing it for Norick Blödorn. I mean, uncomfortable, yeah, absolutely. I think his heart was in his mouth as he came through that turn 4 in the opening lap. One final blast now through turns 3 and 4. And Germany with the maximum score joined Poland and Sweden in the final. They were the 3 favourites this evening, and so it's proved. Germany have been good. Blödorn came good there, had to do it in the hard way, you're right. It was quite, I thought it might have gone down actually. Yeah. It was quite touch and go for a moment. But Germany in the end, they're through, they get the better of Finland. Very well done to Finland, they have battled hard throughout the evening. 7 points for Huckenbeck and Blödorn, 2 points for Vuolas and Mustonen. And the top 3 tonight, now Sweden with 38 points, Poland in second place on 37, and Germany finish on 33. And those 3 teams will join Great Britain in the final on Sunday. So we've got 4 teams in the final right now. But Huckenbeck, what a night for him.
Yeah, great night, really capped off. Night of good racing for Kai Huckenbeck. He's had a lot of speed, had to work to get to the corner ahead of Mustonen there, but you can see there, Vuolas almost clatters in to the side of Blödorn, and then Jesse Mustonen almost clatters into him too as they get down to turn 3. But he rides the outside here. He's really uncomfortable. He's really not committed to doing it flat out, and you do need to be, particularly on these bikes. Gets off the gas a little bit, almost just feels the bike around the corner, but but he does it well. He just you know, his body weight, he kept the bike low, which he had to do. He actually does a very good job of keeping control of the bike at that point.
Maybe a bit more British experience there. We saw with the young Ukrainian rider in the previous race, he got it all wrong.
Yeah.
And Blödorn didn't. He was in the right place, body was in the right place, and Germany are through. Riders making their way out for the presentation for the top 3 this evening. So this is the position we have now. Semi-final number 2 tomorrow, of course. That starts at 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2000 hours Central European time, 8 o'clock on the continent. Freeway of Nations 2 on Friday, and of course we've now got 4 finalists with Sweden, Poland, Germany and Great Britain already in the final here on Saturday night. So that brings you up to date of exactly where we are after the first semi-final. Just saw Norick Blödorn just reenacting what happened in that last race.
Yeah, the elbow was up, the throttle was off, he was saying, but I just lent it over and just railroaded it round. He did a good job there.
Kai Huckenbeck missed all the fireworks, going, oh really? Oh really?
He wasn't bothered about that. He was doing what he does best out there today, winning races. But we congratulate Sweden, Poland, Germany. Great job by them. But I've got to say, Finland, Italy, France, Ukraine all played their part tonight.
Indeed they did. So in third place tonight, they'll be up first, is the German team. And as I say, I think it was reasonably obvious to see which were the stronger teams here this evening. And Germany was certainly one of those.
To congratulate and celebrate the 3 teams
Kai
that will join us
Huckenbeck
on
was
Saturday.
really quick today. Dropped his only point to
Welcome
Kubera.
to the podium, finishing 3rd on the night at the National Speedway Stadium.
Brilliant stuff. So he was absolutely at his best, and Germany come forward now. Huckenbeck and Norick Blödorn. Erik Riss hasn't been used, but he was there if he was needed. and team manager Mathias Bartz leading them there. They'll be pleased with their night's work. Had to do a little bit of overtime there in heat number 22, but they were safely through in third place tonight.
Finishing second tonight in Manchester. Let's hear it for Team Poland.
So Poland, not accustomed to come to second place very often, but they are tonight. And Dominik Kubera, Bartosz Zmarzlik and Maciej Janowski have all had their opportunities this evening. Nasty looking spill for Zmarzlik, he sat out a couple of races. Rafal Dobrucki, the team manager, will be satisfied with their night's work. And Sweden, the winners tonight. And Fredrik Lindgren and Jakob Thorssell really riding strongly tonight. Really brilliant performance from them. Oliver Berntzon not used, and Morgan Andersson not tempted to do that. But Sweden, I'll tell you what, brilliant performance from them.
Yeah, brilliant performance from them, and certainly Morgan Andersson there played his part in that. I think he made some really good calls with the gate choices early on. Certainly Lindgren going off the outside gates. Thorssell really was making good starts tonight. It certainly doesn't look like he's been away from British tracks, does he?
No, he's ridden really nicely. And even despite that nasty looking incident in his final qualifying race, he did the business there. Maciej Bartz there has just been given the ticket that puts you through to the final.
Never going to fit that in his wallet, is he?
And the fans coming forward. This is a lovely moment for them as well, where they have the opportunity to come forward on the rostrum and congratulate the teams. And Poland get their ticket for Saturday night's final. Don't look particularly enamoured with it, do they? But nonetheless, they are through. Second place, no, they're not. Speedway of Nations, once again, not really going quite to plan for the Poles. Maybe it'll be different for them on Saturday evening. And now another fan that's got the opportunity to come forward now for Team Sweden. What an opportunity this is, and what a night for Team Sweden. This really has been a great demonstration and a great pairing. Oliver Berntzon, maybe he feels a little frustrated he didn't get an opportunity this evening, but for Fredrik Lindgren and Jakob Thorssell, they've ridden out of their skins tonight in semi-final one.
Yeah, absolutely deserved the victory, particularly, well, I was going to say particularly Lindgren, because he looks so quick and riding so well. Dropped just the 1.2 Kai Huckenbeck, but Thorssell for me as well was a real trump card.
Indeed he was. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a smashing night of Speedway, and we're going to be back same time, same place tomorrow for semi-final number 2, where we'll have 3 more qualifiers to make up the lineup for Saturday night's Speedway of Nations final. Brilliant Speedway. Please join us tomorrow evening.
On Saturday for the grand final. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us tonight here at the National Speedway Stadium.